Well, good morning. Time for some shenanigans. So I hope everyone's doing good. This is our Sunday live stream shenanigan edition. I got a call yesterday from a friend of mine who said that his dad had an old VIC-20 and needed a home. So I went and picked it up yesterday. So it's kind of like right on the edge of I have no idea. I've never even used a VIC-20. So this thing hasn't been turned on for 30 years. He said maybe even longer than that. So we're going to get to mess around with that, see if we'll probably open it up, make sure everything works, make sure we don't have leaking capacitors and all that stuff ahead of time. But how's everyone doing this morning? Weather looking good? It's nice and cold outside over here. We're in our 30s. Hey, we got a new Prime sub. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. The only bummer is that the live stream is usually like you play video games at 1.5 speed. So, yeah, because am I a little slow on our live streams? Yeah. Yes. So, let's see. We've reached our goal. Nice. So, who knows? I mean, this is going to be one of the situations you guys know way more than me. Okay, so I don't know anything about this stuff. I was born in 1980. The VIC-20 came out in 1980. Here it is right here. So, this VIC-20 came out at the same year I was born, and I have no idea what's up with it. It probably works, probably doesn't work. Who knows? Missing some keys. We do have the keys. But my first computer experience was like a Macintosh or something like that, but I never actually used one of these, never had to do any programming. So this is the predecessor to the Commodore 64. Very similar. I think the structure, the layout, even the case in some spots are going to be the same. Now, I guess it depends on what version of the VIC-20 it is. I was trying to do a little bit of, research before I started this thing because, catching up on some of my 8-bit guy to try to figure out some stuff. But so there's a couple different things we're going to have to do here. We're actually going to have to make a power supply for it because we don't have one. So I do have the cord though. There's a lot of goodies in this box here. Actually, I'll lay it all out for you. And so we do have fourth encounter, if we're so inclined to be able to get the thing working. We do have VIC Music Composer, so we can compose some tunes if we need to. Maybe I can make some new intro music. Looks like we have Speed Math and Bingo Math. So if we wanted to learn some about that. Cosmic Cruncher. Does anyone know this one? Cosmic Cruncher. Home Babysitter. This is what we needed when we were kids. We needed to be babysat by a VIC-20. And then here's Mole Attack. So that's all of that stuff. And then we do have the book, the programming guide, so we can do some programming in BASIC. And yeah, I'll need some sort of way of connecting it to the computer, and I'll talk about that in a second. But what I want to do is I'm just going to show you everything I got. So this was all free. They just said come and get it. So I do have one joystick here, the 9 pin, and I have another joystick here. And I guess this is it says Silk. So there's another 9 pin. And then we have here's our RF adapter. Oh no, this is actually a RCA adapter. That's cool. Okay, I thought that it had an RF adapter. Okay, so here's the RF adapter. So this plugs into the RCA and gives you RF out. And then this is just an RCA, so it's going to be a composite video signal. So we do have one of those adapters. And then we have a couple keys that fell off the keyboard. And here's our power supply wire, I'm assuming. If that's what this is. You guys could probably clarify. But I'm assuming this is our power supply wire, and I'm assuming it's probably just going to use these 2 leads that are stripped back, and we'll be able to power it. I don't know how many volts it is. You guys are going to have to look that up for me. But we're gonna first have to open this up and kind of check and make sure we don't have any issues with anything. But this is a pretty good spread. And so yesterday, like I said, I picked this up in the afternoon yesterday, and I looked around. I know I had a RCA to HDMI adapter, right? So something I could plug into an HDMI port. And I dug around in my boxes, I couldn't find it, so then I ordered one on Amazon. It said it would be delivered yesterday between 5 and 10 p.m. Never showed up. So I have my backup plan to get a VGA signal, or not VGA, I guess, a composite signal. My backup plan is I dug up an old projector, and this projector has a VGA in, and it's just a mini projector, so we could do that. And I project it on something and put a camera on it. So that's a backup plan. And then right before the stream, like 2 minutes ago, I dug in an old box and I found an old Dell, it's called Angel USB TV tuner. So I don't know if this will work, but it has VGA in, it has RF in even, and it's just a USB. So we might be able to get this thing working. I don't know if it's Windows 11 compatible, so we might have to do some real funky stuff to try to get this thing working, but I don't know. Anyway, and the other thing that I tried to get prepared on is is if we do open this up and we have leaking capacitors, I just kind of grabbed, at home I have a, good morning, Daryl, thank you. I have like a little bin here that has just a bunch of different components, so I don't have that many capacitors here. Looks like I only have 2 different capacitor values, so it's not like it's going to be that super helpful, but I do have a couple different capacitors, some resistors, things like that. That's all I have at home, and then I don't carry a bunch of that stuff here at the store because we don't have to replace that stuff very often. So anyway, that's all I got. I just kind of wanted to give you a good overview. We can kind of chat about it a little bit first because I'm sure everyone has some sort of nostalgic story, but this thing is exactly the age of my person. So oh, that actually will work, the composite and the RF. I think this will work, but we need to figure out if we have drivers for it, because I did plug it in and it doesn't automatically install, and so I was assuming that, you know, usually Windows 11 will pick up everything, but I bet the drivers on this is too old. So I don't know. If someone can look that up, it's called an Angel USB TV tuner. Look that thing up and see if there's, like, I mean, I don't know if it's XP drivers that we're gonna have to use or what, because this thing is old. I found it in some box. We have so much old stuff in this warehouse. Can it run GTA 6? Doom GTA 6 version. Backups are rare in those. Okay, so we should be able to just plug it in and not worry about it. I'm kind of scared to turn it on after it's been sitting for so many years. So I think we should open it up probably and make sure it's good. You're probably going to need some tantalum capacitors and memory, unfortunately. Okay. Interesting. So, well, you're talking about electrolytic capacitors. I didn't know these things would use tantalums, but I guess it's basically the same thing as electrolytics, huh? Loading anything will take forever. Well, I mean, it's kind of the fun of messing around with it. And this is one of those situations, like I said, that you guys are going to know more about this than me. And so I'm going to be completely out of my element, which might be kind of fun, right? 5 volts DC, 1 to 1.5 amps. Okay, so, and is that, let me grab that cord. Does anyone have the pin out for this? Darn it. There we go. So is this the power cord for sure? Did it use one of these weird adapters? VIC-20 does the same problem as C64. The original PSU fails after sending way more than 5 volts or 9 volts into it. Okay, so is there a chance that this thing is blowing? I heard that the power supplies failed a lot, but Angel USB file 0. Oh, it's only A00 on the version of the driver for that Angel USB. Check the power supply first. Well, we don't have a power supply, unless you're talking about internally. So internally, we'll check that, but this is what we have to power the thing. Try to send it. No, we're not going to just try to send it. So we got 9 volts. Some people are saying 9 volts. Is that what consensus is on that? The first 7-pin begins on the right side. So here's the right side. So we have a couple connectors on this side here. And so I'm assuming this is the power. Yeah, it says power. So this is going to be our power connector here. So this would plug in like that into there. And then there's only 2 wires stripped on this. That's why I was thinking that these 2 wires would be the positive and negative. It's blue and red though, so I don't know if that Carts load instantly, so we have some carts that are already loaded, so that'd be nice. So I skipped the VIC-20 from the Trash 80 to the C64 back in 82. Had a Commodore 64, not really sure what happened to it though. That is a DB7 or DIN 7 connector. Yeah, it doesn't look like a 9. I think it's a 7. This only has 4 pins in it, but there's only 4 wires. If you help, look up Retro Recipe X Commodore channel. Okay, that'd be a good one. I don't know if we want to look it up right now because it's a channel, because it's all videos and stuff like that. Got a fire permit. I got my fire extinguisher right here. It has an internal fuse. I did hear about that. So maybe we'll start by just opening this guy up real quick, okay? Because I don't know if we'll even get to the point where we turn it on, but we at least need to get to the point where we, see if we have leaking capacitors. They're saying there's not leaking capacitors. I guess that they weren't using inferior Chinese capacitors back in the day. We can look at the serial number and the information on the back here, and if maybe that tells us a little something about the machine itself. This was made in the USA. I know that they did make these in different regions. Okay, so 5 volt and 9 volt. So does that mean we have to have 2 power supplies or 2 power inputs? The original power supply outputted 9 volts at 3 amps, and the other paired outputs 5 volts and 1.5 amps. So do we have to wire up multiple wires to this, or multiple power supplies? Do I have to find like a 5 volt power supply and a 9 volt that we're going to wire to multiple plugs? It's Google. It's on Google, the connector. I know we were going to do that, and I'll look that up in a second. Let's just open this thing up here. We got 3 screws. I see. Hopefully, it will just come apart. I'm not going to use my big high torque screwdriver on this because I don't want to break any mounts. Do you have cassettes to try? I don't have any cassettes, but we have the cartridges, right? So we have some of the carts. We have some of these. So we have 4 of these, or we got 6 actually. Got a new Prime sub. Thank you, DDT. Okay. They do leak, but rarely. Okay, so there is a chance that we still have something going on. Okay, those 3 screws got that open pretty quickly. Is this how easy it is to open this up? Oh, I don't want to crack anything. Is there little latches on the back? Who's opened one of these up before? Put your hand up. I watched a video this morning on somebody opening one of these up, and that's all I have. That's the only information. Okay, we got 2 Me's. I'm assuming this kind of like latches or hinges on the back, right? Ah, don't snap, don't break. I don't see any extra screws on this side, so it has to be a kind of a clasp situation here. Commodore power supplies had a reputation of going bad. Woo, tongue-tied. Retro time. Yes, it is retro time, but it's in a retro time that I never participated in, so it makes it more entertaining. Large hammer helps break it open. I just don't want to break the plastic. So we got this one spot. I have a picture of the pinout. Okay, I'll look up at the pinout in a second, actually. If you want to, let's see. Shoot. Come on, baby. Okay, there we go. It was really on there. All right, look at this guy. He looks purty. Looks purty. I'm just going to unplug the keyboard here. Just uses a 40 pen. We're going to have it facing this way. Does it have a pen 1 marker on it? Oh, it's not a 40 pen. It's like a 9 pen, but it has a spacing, so it's keyed, so we know which direction to put it in, so we don't have to think anymore. Our brain can be shut off. This guy is keyed too. This one's not keyed, so we will have to use our brain. So let me mark that with a marker. All right. Got a red mark there. Now we can turn our brain off. Brain's off. Okay. So if I ever want to fix these keys that are broken here, I think we can order some or find some. But I have to pull that whole thing apart. But that's not what we're concerned with right this second. Okay, 9 volt AC. AC? What are you talking about? This thing runs on AC? That sounds dangerous. I don't see... Oh, there's a transformer in here. Are you kidding me? Well, how are we going to make a 9-volt AC power supply? Okay, well, let's take a look at this fuse first. Because there is a fuse on the input. I think I see the wire in there. Yeah, it looks like it's in there, I think. I think. Let me try it. We'll just measure it. Zero ohms. Okay, so we're good. So the fuse is good. Does this thing really run on AC? To think about this. You need a 9-volt, 3-amp AC rectifier voltage. God, voltage is on the motherboard. Oh my gosh. So maybe we can just jump past all that. So what does it run on after the AC? 6 volts? 16 volts? Wait, that's 16 volts. So we have a 16-volt capacitor right there. So could we just put 16 volts across this and it powers the whole thing up? Or does a rectifier create multiple voltages? Huh. I wasn't prepared for that. That was not something I thought about. I didn't think, oh, we're going to be plugging AC into this thing. I'm trying to think of what things I have that will produce AC. Oh, what wall warts or what? Oh my gosh. I need like a, I don't know. Like what the what? Might be able to remove the VIC chip. So the VIC chip's over here, right? It's under this. It's under this cage. There's a 6502 right here. And what is the VIC chip? I don't know anything about any of this stuff, so. Oh, this is a 6560 101. 6560 101. It's the video chip. Okay, so that's what the VIC chip is, the video chip. That makes sense. Okay, well, let's just at least look around here. I can't believe this thing runs on AC. That makes us have to bench this or something, unless I can come up with some sort of way of powering this thing on. That's annoying. I definitely was not prepared for that. Definitely not prepared for that. But it doesn't look too bad in here, and these capacitors, I guess this is the only big electrolytic. All the rest of these are going to be the like Mylar style. And these are all AC ones. This is after the power supply creates the voltage, but we don't know what it's running at. If it's a 16, it's probably running at 9, right? Like you were saying, 9 volts, AC, 1.5 amps, 12 volts. You'll need 12 volt DC. So 12 volt DC, you think it's going to be on this output right here? Maybe, has anybody looked up to see if anybody has just bypassed this and just put 12 volt AC right here? I mean DC on the output. Inject 5 volts to test the big cap first. That's a good point. We can do that to see if it pops or starts secreting some juices. Too young to fool around with these systems I grew up with. Yes, I know, I'm too young for this. 12 volt car transformer. I mean, we have a power supply right here. I have a DC power supply, so we can hook DC power here. That's not my issue. My issue is producing AC power. 5 volt DC, 5 volt DC, 5 volt DC. Interesting. I'm scared now because people keep saying 5 volt, they say 9 volt, but maybe they're saying 9 volt AC. I doubt this thing runs on 5 volt logic, does it? Is it TTL logic 5 volt? 12 volt bang. All right, well, we could start with that, but I just want to, let's look around with the microscope real close, see if we see anything suspicious. You guys keep an eye out. Yeah, I almost benched this anyway until I had all the parts ready, but I just figured, hey, it would be fun just to kind of go through this. I mean, all this stuff looks okay. What about this guy? But it hasn't been turned on for a long time, so it's probably not going to show its issue, show an issue until it's turned on. There's no bulge on that. I don't feel any bulges on these, on the sides of that one. I don't generally see these explode, right? Because those are non-polar, polarized. But it's funny because I thought I saw these more on AC components, right? Isn't that? Resistor. Here's another capacitor. It doesn't look bulgy. These look okay. That one looks okay. Okay. I don't know. Is the consensus just ram 12 volts into this, or 5 volts? I'll start with 5 volts. We can do that. We start with 5 volts. I figured we would go through, and the discs, the ceramic discs, needs snubbers. Okay. Let's hook this power supply up. So we're gonna 12 volt RAM. I'm not gonna ram 12 volts in here, but we're gonna start with 5 volts anyway. And the power LED is gonna be over here, so we could actually plug it in. I think 18, 19 volts, whatever it takes. That's gonna be way too much. So I'm just gonna start with 5 volts on that capacitor, on that one 16 volt capacitor, just to see what it does. And then we need to identify 5 volts first. I love how we have 5 volts first by Hugo there. We will do 5 volts first, for sure. I just want to see if we can find ground. So that's showing ground is on this side. This is going to be a negative, and this is going to be our positive. All right? Capiche? So that has a clipper. I just have a poker. I don't have a clipper. I guess I can use one of these guys. Oh, I'll just poke it. All right, 5 volts. Oh, shit. I just arced the ground. Uh-oh. Okay, let's zoom in just so in case we get a pop. All right, and then amperage-wise, what should we start with? Just like 1 amp or something? So I'm going to set it to 1 amp. Schematics on Google. Okay, we're going to pull up the schematic in a second. 5 volts, 3 amps max. I'm going to start with 1 amp max first. So, okay, so it did do a little pop at first when I first tapped it, and then it pulled a little current. So I guess it charged the capacitor up to 5 volts just now. There's a switch on here. Let me just measure around. Again, I have no idea. No idea what I'm doing. Raw dog and Sunday. That's right. No idea what I'm doing. But we're just trying to bypass the main power supply. See if I can find a good ground somewhere. Stop it. All right. Okay, so I'm measuring the VIC light, the LED, and I'm not getting anything on here, but this thing should be running on 12 volts. So we should be able to bring it up to, so we start out, wait. So one person's saying here 9 volts AC, 2 amps, 5 volts DC, 1.1 amps. But it has a 16 volt cap here. I have a hard time believing this thing's going to run at 5 volts with a 16 volt cap here. The 9 volts gets rectified into 12 volts. That's what I was thinking, right? 9 volt AC gets rectified into 12 volts DC, correct? Okay, let's pull it up. I'm going to look it up here. I'm going to stop asking chat, and we're going to start actually getting answers here. Okay, so based on this, this is just the power supply itself, and so it says delivers a 5-volt DC. Well, that's Commodore 64, VIC-20, everything. So why is this saying 5-volt DC? That don't make no sense. If everyone's saying it runs on AC. But this looks like a different system. Okay, Commodore 64. Okay, so true. And it stabilizes and filters at 5-volt DC, 20 amp, or 4 amps. Optional 5-volt DC fine tuning and adjustment. Okay. Like what I'm confused about is that, you know, we have multiple pin outs here, right? Do we have AC going in and DC going in, or do we have just AC going in? That's what I want to know. Let's see, power supply, pin out. Let's do that instead. All right, so here's what I'm seeing is that we're supposed to have 5-volt DC and 9-volt AC. It's a combination, people. Combination. If this is correct. First version main board, 2 pins, 9-volt AC, then 5-volt, 5-volt, and then does the 5-volt ground, not connected. Okay, so does that mean the 9-volt AC is only used for certain devices, or does the entire thing run on that 9-volt and gets rectified out? Because I heard someone say something about it needs for the cassette or for those accessories. So maybe the 9-volt runs the accessories on the output, but 5 volts is what actually runs the chip. Okay, so some people are saying 5-volt aren't necessary just for the sound chip. And okay. Quit thinking 2026 technology. I understand that it could be putting multiple power sources in there. The fact of the matter is, it looks like there's some sort of rectifier here already, right? So if we are changing or doing this as a transformer, right? So it's either changing the voltage up or down, then rectifying it. But if you had a power supply already producing 5-volt DC, why are you producing AC in there too? To make it more stable? I don't know. Test 5 volts, you can use 40 pin. You use a 40 pin of the 40th pin of the 6502. I don't know if I'm just want to inject voltage on that thing automatically. You're killing me here. I'm in over my head, people. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, so we have so many people telling me so many things, and that's one of those things. Okay, so if video is on 12, then you will need it. You would definitely need it. My question is, if I put 12 volts on this capacitor, will this whole board turn on? And if that's thinking to 2026, let me know. But to me, it seems like, I mean, unless there's 2 different power rails on here completely, and that they're not producing multiple power rails off of it, that might be what's going on. You need 12 volts DC and then 5-volt DC, both. Okay, that's fine. I can do that. I can get another power supply that gives 5 volts. My power supply only puts out 5 volt or one output, but I can produce 5 volts with something else. So I can just like cut a USB charger or something. I don't care to produce the 5 volts. 12 volts. The cap will have magic smoke. Should we up this to 12 volts now and see if it explodes? Atari, thank you. I've never screamed as much at chat. Okay, so so are you the one who knows the most about this stuff? Is Atari the one that we should be listening to here? It's in his name. It's in his name. Appreciate the donation. So if you have more knowledge than me on this, I would love for you to let me see if I can find your name here in the list, and I can try to follow your instructions. Where are you at here? You fixed a couple of those. Okay, perfect. So that's exactly what we're looking for here, is that, I just realized that my window is not showing all the chats here properly. Okay, let me pull up your chat stream here. Okay. The guy says, no, check the fuse, the switch, TTL. So it is TTL. Pull out the socketed chips, then test the power rails. Pull out the VIC and test the power rails. 5 volts, yes. No, I'm reading through the Atari's chat stream right here, just so I gotta read the second line. Yes, both in, exactly. Love it, dude. You're the man. Okay, so according to Atari, the AC, the 9-volt AC goes through a bridge rectifier to create an unregulated DC voltage around 9 volts DC. Oh, okay. And is that powering this power rail right here? Premise, do you think? So if we have 9 volts going in, is it going in and producing the 9 volts here? I just need to figure out where to put the 9 volts. But based on Atari, he says he's fixed a few of these, so we're going to have to follow him. You need both voltages. Okay, so, but if I don't have a 9-volt AC, can I inject the 9-volt DC or whatever it needs on the input and then plug in the 5 volts on the output? I mean, on the side? Can I do that? Do you know? Or should I just like put this back in the box and act like we never started on this and fix a laptop? Schematics are in Google. That's a good point. Okay, let's look for that. Oh, God. You're an idiot, man. You don't know what you're talking about, dude. VIC-20 schematics. Okay. VIC-20 schematics. Now, D, which rev are we on? I have no idea. Do we have a serial number? Okay, serial number. This one is a 1465770. Or is it on the board print? Is there a board print number? I don't know what I'm doing. This is fun, watching me struggle. I love it. Okay, I don't know which one I'm supposed to be doing, but NTSC, new design. Does anyone think they know? This is not going to be a PAL version because it's made in the US. Let's see. I don't know. Should I just pick a random one? Pick a random one. 146. Here we go. This is a 146 number here. That's close to my serial number, at least. But scroll down. Okay. Main logic board. This is why you only do Dell. This is right. Yeah, this is why I only do Dell. Reloaded motherboard schematics. I don't know what the reload. I have no idea what we're looking at here. Port. These things are going to break my brain. Color RAM. All right, let me go back here. Okay, so that's, you kind of want one of these, the PDF ones, I guess. Friendly computer manual. Ooh, look at that guy. Look at that guy. Okay. The board number is on the PCB. Well, I'm not seeing that. We can take a look, but I'm not seeing it on here. It would be helpful, obviously, to know which board we have. I don't see anything. Oh, is it this serial number right here? Would it be that? So 055, 052255. Zero 55255. No, I'm not seeing a number that matches that either. We'll go back to the board prints again. You guys are saying all sorts of stuff, and I can't see it right this second, so give me a second. I'll go back and try to scroll through the chat, but when I'm looking down here, I can't see anything. Do I have to pull the board out? It's probably on the back of the board, I bet, which isn't super helpful. Okay, let me pause. Let me go back to the chat. I want to see what you guys are saying. Look at for assembly number on PCB near the bottom usually. And before testing with 5 volts, pull the VIC chip. Okay. Well, the VIC chip isn't in a cartridge. This is all soldered. Every single chip's soldered on, from what I can tell. So I'm not pulling any chips, it doesn't look like to me. So we're going to have to desolder it, right? I figured it would be in a little housing there. But we're going to have to desolder it. There ain't no pulling. Put it on the PCB. Okay, so bottom corner assembly. Did somebody see it? The 8-bit guy on YouTube does a lot with these. I know, I watched one of his videos this morning just to kind of brush up on some of this stuff here. I don't see anything on here, unless you, I mean, is it plain as day and I'm just not seeing it? I've been known to have blinders on. So, I mean, I see this number here, right? So, but that's not on the PCB. We're looking for a print on the PCB. And unless it's like underneath something. Pull the board and look at the left bottom. Yeah, so I think we have to pull the board. That's kind of what I was thinking. Okay, so you need 12 volts for the 6560. So this thing requires 12 volts. Now, all right, so question. Do I need to desolder? Like, so when you were saying pull this, do we just need to desolder this? Unsolder it? Because to me it seems like it'd be just modularly plugged in there, but I guess they don't do that on this one. Nothing is loading. Oh, yeah, Twitch is frozen. That was crazy. Twitch was frozen for a second. Was YouTube frozen too? That was weird. We're all good to go now, but you got a monitor for your 5530. I should just check it up on the website. Desktop monitors, I don't really have any of those, but it's usually socketed. Okay, well, so does this mean it's a later version, or does it mean it's an earlier version? I ain't pulling no sockets. I mean, I can pull the board and we can take a look on the other side if you want. It looks like the ground, there's some sort of ground rail is soldered to the board all the way across, so we'd have unsoldered that in order to take it out, or we just unscrew this and then this whole metal plate, I guess, is it hooked to the bottom? You want to be able to see the bottom? Holy crap, Batman. This is a ridiculous thing to try to repair when you've never even looked at one before. YouTube is good. Okay, so it was only Twitch that twitched. Twitched for a second. Twitch is acting weird today. All right, let me get some coffee. All right. So you think it's earlier. Okay. So we need an AC for the clocks, I guess. All right, so let me think of what we can use that has 12 volt AC. I mean, I have tons of wall warts, and so some of them will produce AC. Let me just think about this. I can go dig through a box and just start digging, try to find something. There's different models on the market. Some in the US needed a power supply that was 9 volt and 5 volt. Others were 9 volt AC, and the main board rectified the whole thing. Okay, that's a good point. So let's just kind of play around with that premise. So if there were different versions, and some of the versions earlier would run completely off of AC, and so, I mean, again, our power supply only has 2 wires here cut, so I'm assuming that this person who had this tried using it with just something. Yeah, it's on the left bottom on the underside. Okay, so the model number, thanks for the donation, is on the underside on the bottom of the board. Should we just pull the board out? It's only like 4 screws. But I want to investigate. Thanks for this Prime sub. Who am I? I want to investigate to see if that premise is correct, where we have 20 volt or 9 volts coming in and it rectifies everything, or you have 2 voltages coming in. And I guess we could check that right here. Let me go back to the pin out before I take this board out. So if we go back to the pin out, or pin in pin, whatever you want to say. Ground, ground, ground. So it's going to be, why the hell are these all in crazy patterns? So 1, 2, 3. So those are going to be grounds. Then 4 and 5, which are going to be these 2 bottom of the arc, are going to be the 5 volts in or not connected. Oops. I don't want AI. Did you see that AI just come up for me just touching this stupid thing? Freaking idiot AI. And then these 2 6 and 7s will be going to a rectifier. What was the ding? Tiny, okay, let's see. Let me copy that message here. Okay. Okay, VIC-20 DIN. Let me zoom in on this, make it a little bit easier to read. Okay, power supply side, VIC-20 in. Okay, pins 4 and 5 are connected together, and a power supply regulated by 5 volts. This power supply is switched by the switch. Okay, so that's probably the switch here that's doing that, right? Okay, and then the 6 and 7 pins are by 9 volt AC, which are used inside the VIC to generate the cassette motor power supply, and also feeds the user port. So the user port would be something that we're not even going to be using, correct? The feed the pin 6 is switched by switch B. There's not 2 switches on here, are there? I only got 1 switch on this thing. I only see 1 switch. 7 is fused, okay, and also the power supply is isolated, disconnecting yellow road. Okay, so that's kind of interesting. So just taking that information, what do you guys think? 5 volts it is. I just want to plug this in. I want to see what this is set up as. Okay, if we look at the pin out here, the only pins that are in this thing, that's kind of hard to see. Let's go into the microscope. Thanks, Root, for that link, by the way. So the only pins we have here, it looks like 6 and 7, and then 3 and 4 maybe? Is that what it was? So I think the middle pin would be the DC, and then that's ground, and then those are the AC that we're not using. So we just need to verify that these wires that we have at the end of this is connecting to those 2 pins there. Oh wait, I didn't switch to feed, sorry. It would be helpful if I switched to feed. So this is what I was trying to show you. So here's the end here. So we have the top 2, that's going to be 6 and 7, those are going to be AC. I think the middle one's going to be pin 4 or 5, I can't remember. I think that's the 5 volt DC, and then that's the ground. I think so. And 2 of these wires, we just need to match that stuff up. Sound good? You guys agreeing? Are we concurring on this one? Oh. Okay, switch A and B are on at the same switch. Oh, yeah, and I can see the legs. There's multi-legs here. Okay, thank you. Love it when people have the real information. The real deal Holyfield. Okay, so back to our thing here. I just want to verify what I'm looking at. So what we have on our, okay, so this is ground in the center pin, and then this one's going to be our 5 volt DC. So those are the 2 that we're going to make sure we match up. So let me go back and do that. So we're going to go in continuity mode and just verify that we're matching that stuff up properly. Hard job, isn't it? Yes, this is not as easy. It's not an easy pizza. Not an easy pizza. All right, let me just start with this red wire. I bet the red wire will be 5 volts. What do you think? Yep, so that red wire is tied to this pin right here, which is the 5 volts. And then I'm going to come over to the other wire. The bleu, le blanc, and that's tied to ground, which is not tied to the outside frame, which is crazy. So it's tied to negative. So isn't that weird? It's not grounded to the outer frame. I'm thinking in too much 2026 terms, man. Okay, so we are on our way. We are on our way. Not sure if it needs 12 volts. I think it needs 5 volts because literally the internet said 5 volts, so that's what I'm going by. So we determined that we're going to hook this blue to black to ground. I'll just pinch that on there. And then we're going to hook this red to our red, our rouge. Okay, so that's sketchy over there. Perfect. The sketch is set up over there. Should I hook the keyboard up too? Because we need to see the power light, or at least hook the power light up. So I'm going to hook up the power LED. Power LED is connected, so we'll see power right there. I have the power switch off. We have this set to, so we go a little higher than 5 volts. What do you think? Is it, so normally 5 volts to me seems like 5.4 volts. Is that the same in 1980? Because we have that, you know, whenever it pulls current and stuff like that, and then we need 3 amps or so. Is that what we said too? Magic smoke in 3, 2, 1. So can I do 5.3? Or we need regulated 5 volts, but then that will brown out down to 4.9. Like, I don't understand. 5 volts flat? Because is it going through a regulator after that, or is it regulated? Because that's the thing. It's like newer electronics is basically just like, yeah, anything around this range because we're going to regulate it down to 5 volts. And then we need to send in regulated 5 volts as a different thing. So if we put 5 volts in here and this thing starts pulling some current, it's going to pull down to, you know, 4.8 or something, right? All right, so I'll keep it. Some people are saying it's regulated, some people aren't. Some people are just like, don't go above 5 volts. But I'm going to tell you right now that every single thing that's, like modern day at least, that says 5 volts is actually 5.4 volts, okay? Not regulated, old guy here. Okay, thank you. All right, so switch is off. And we will plug this in. It's keyed, right? It's in. No smoke yet, but we haven't turned the switch on. Okay. Polarity is correct. I can have everyone concur for me real quick. We have red on red, blue on black, and we have it plugged in the power supply the same way, red on red, black on black. Yesterday or 2 days ago, I was using the power supply and actually plugged them in backwards, just not even paying attention. So, all right, everyone's concurring. Okay, so we're going to keep an eye right here. I guess I'll zoom in so we can really have the smoke come, but this is what we're looking for. Here, maybe I won't be so zoomed. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. All right, we're pulling 900 milliamps, and we have a power light. Is it working? Is that what that means? Is that what that means? I didn't plug in the keyboard yet, so is our next thing is to try to get a picture somewhere? Do we need picture? Yeah, we're gonna have picture. The light's on still, and we didn't have any capacitors explode, so it's working. We think it's working at least. Let me plug the keyboard back in. So we have that, and this is keyed. So I'm not going to plug it in wrong. Okay, so that's there. All right, the next task is to try to get this thing working. This is a Angel USB TV tuner, has a RCA in, but the other thing we can use is just this projector I have that has an RCA in, and we can just project it, and I can just put a camera on it. So let's try that. Here, I'm gonna put some music on. It's a little dry over here, man. I need some tunes, bro. Need some tunes. Okay. All right, so let me look up the driver for this thing. If we can get this installed, then we'll use that. If we can't, then we'll have to do the next thing, next best thing. All right, let's do Angel USB TV tuner driver Windows 10. That sounds good. Looks promising. Let me plug it in. I don't have a CRT. I was actually looking around for all that stuff. Like, I had an old VCR in my attic. I was like, okay, well, could I possibly bring in the VCR and then and then use the VCR, because I, you know, has those types of inputs that you can. Hopefully, this doesn't break our stream installing this at the same time, but we will see. It's installing the driver. Let's go to Device Manager. All right, so it's showing up as an Angel USB device there, but not installed. Where's my update driver? Please don't crash OBS. Did it just say it needs to be restarted? I ain't restarting nothing. Let's see if it will install. Let's see, update driver. No, I don't want to do Windows updates. Let's do this again. Okay, extracted there. So let's go to that address and see if we can just get the driver to load manually. Update driver. Does it really want me to restart the freaking computer? Freaking kidding me. What in the wide world of sports? Yeah, I don't understand that. What do you think? It's the soft Kodak MP ASIC driver that actually goes into the device. Okay, so, try just logging off. I just don't want to kill our session, that's the problem. I don't know. Let me try, I just want to install this again and see what it does. Just want to see the message. Okay, update this driver. After your system is restarted, plug in the device. Okay, what to do? Should we just do the projector fallback? Because I would hate to restart. I don't know. I mean, I might be able to just reconnect back to the same stream. Try without restarting. I mean, the thing is that it's still not installed. Right, so if I go to here to Device Manager, you can see that it's still sitting here not installed. So that's the problem. So I think we're going to have to do the projector method, which is kind of a weird one because, you know, 1980 and then we're using a pocket projector. Probably too high of a resolution. You can look for drivers on Google with most compatible 7, 8, or 10. Well, this was 10 drivers. Windows 7 will work. Disconnect and reconnect the TV device. I did do that. I unplugged it, plugged it back in. It does that, and then when I do this, it just shows back up again exactly the same. And if I go delete it from the device manager, like that's the other trick you can do, is you can just come here and hit delete, right? Uninstall it, and then have it rescan for changes since we have that thing installed, and it just goes right back to an unknown device. So it definitely needs the thing installed. So I got an old VCR. It's exactly what I said, man. Yeah, I have a VCR in my attic I found when I was cleaning out my attic last weekend. So let me just set up this projector, and I need to figure out where we're going to point it and what camera we're going to put on it, but maybe we can use this guy, and then y'all just can't see the current being pulled. But so this one's pretty interesting, this projector. I just found it in a box also, and it's a Dell projector that you have this plug in the back. It takes just a regular laptop charger. Dell charger has composite in, and it has VGA, 15-pin VGA. So I can just plug in my power meter into it. 240 watts, even this thing doesn't even take that much. We'll boot that thing up. And then we need I went and dug some of these out of a box this morning. You should have saw me. I was pretty frantic this morning. I was like, that thing didn't come in, that part, because I ordered an HDMI to composite adapter that was supposed to be delivered yesterday. It never showed up. So I was digging through a box and I found this projector, and then I found this wire. I had to find some RCAs. So I found one RCA set that I'm just going to peel apart, and we'll make it into just a VGA. But I have so many wires and so many boxes and all that's why I keep it all around. So we do have that ready to be plugged in there. There we go. And then now we need our Commodore adapter wire, which is this guy. And it has a switch, and I'm assuming that's for channel 3 or channel 4 when you're using the RF. But if it's just using composite, then it just uses that. And so we'll just plug this guy in here. Oh my gosh, this thing has is this a rubber band? What is this? It didn't work. There was software that runs behind, not drivers. Yeah, I think there's software that runs that thing, and so it has to reboot. And I wonder if I can try to get it to start ahead of time. Where's this thing plug in? Okay, so we have 2 plugs here. And this one has crazier pattern than this one. You guys can't even see it, but we're going to do this one because I think it lines up with that. We're good. There's our composite. Here's our composite. Okay. And then now you guys need to see the projector screen. That's the next question. So I dug around this morning also, and I found some handy dandy miniature projector screen. How convenient is that? So we'll be able to project like so. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm really just putting this stuff together. It's a composite, not RF, so there's an RF adapter that plugs into the composite. So in this bag, they included this bag here, and there's an RF adapter, so it's composite on one end, and then it goes to RF here on that side, and so that just plugs into that. So I think if you wanted to hook it to a TV, you'd do that. All right, so let's see. How am I going to do this? Put this right here, maybe. Like that. Put this right here, like this. Oh my gosh, it's almost perfect. And then let's change our view to this one. Can you guys see it? Oh, we have picture! Look at that. There we go. We're good? This is kind of a cool view anyway. Let's see if I can get that lined up better. I have no idea if this is going to work or if I have to go into some menu to select the composite function on this thing or not. Oh, there's right there, video source. So how do I move around on this menu here? Wires are messing up here. Okay, source. Okay, enter. How do we do enter that? Okay, so I can't really tell. VGA composite, that's what we want, composite. Okay. Daryl, new or donor board member, thank you. Says clean the unit and put it up in the front case. Yes, at the store. And we're actually redoing our entire museum setup that we have, because we have laptops all the way from 1991 all the way to, I don't know what years. We have every single model pretty much, but we're setting that up. Okay, that's a good idea. I might put that up there. Okay, VIC-20 composite. Composite to HDMI to the TV. I do, that's what I was saying. I ordered a composite HDMI, but it didn't show up. So, all right, so we're ready to flip it on, I think. I saved another VIC-20. All right, so let's see if we can turn this on. Ready? 3, 2, 1. We got current being pulled. I have the switch on. You guys can't see the power meter. I could probably put it up on the screen for you if you want, but, and it did not pull source there, so let's try to see if I can turn this back, get the menu back up here. Menu. Okay, select that. Composite, go down. I'm selecting composite. VGA composite. I don't know. I don't know. I wish I had something else that produced composite so I can actually just test the signal in general, you know? Because that's all part of diagnosing things. Okay. Go down, select composite. I don't know what this is on, off. It's like a check mark. So that's up and down. There's passive buttons on this stupid thing. That's what I don't like. It's like there are capacitive buttons where you're not even really pressing the button. Okay, I'm going to reboot the projector real quick just to see what it does. Okay, I'm going to reboot it. Saved another desktop. Okay, if there's a spare DIN plug wire on the RCA jacks, then I think Adrian has a similar setup. Interesting. Okay, let me see what Atari is saying at this point. Do I have another DIN for the keyboard? No. Oh yeah. There's two plugs here. And so if we go back here, I just want to show you what I plugged into overhead. So this is, they're two totally different plugs, right? So this is the one I plugged into. They don't seem to be labeled, but that one's totally different, so I wouldn't be able to plug it in the wrong one. So we have it plugged in the correct one. The only other thing is we have a switch here, but that would be for, oh wait. No, it just says channel 3, channel 4. So that's going to be for the RF function on this thing. So when you're plugging it into an old, dial TV, I definitely was in that generation. So I understand what all that is, but. All right, turning it back on. See if this thing picks it up when I turn it on fresh. Got the Dell DLP. Oh my gosh. We may have to reboot the computer to try to get this Angel USB thing working, or if we can try to, I don't know, because I may be able to stop the stream but not end the broadcast and just restart the computer, which will take a few minutes, but that way I can reconnect back to the broadcast and it will work. Because if we can get this thing working, it'd be nice. Sorry, I forgot we're not on that view. There's that view. It's only RF, not composite. Are you kidding me? You kidding me? Well, this thing has RF in. I just didn't bring an RF cable. I didn't bring a coax cable here. So, although it just, actually it should just screw right into that. Yeah. Look at that. So here's the adapter, and then this will screw right into this thing, like that. And I should be able to plug that right into this Commodore plug here. I'll get the projector out of the way. And just plug it in like that. And then this will input straight into the computer. So if we can get this thing working, then I think we got it. No, 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 they're wrong. Everyone's wrong. To me, I think that it does do, it seems like it would do composite also. From what I can tell, actually, if we look at the pinout, composite cable, that cable breaks in yellow and the RCA, because it comes with this adapter here. Okay. So if we look at this thing, this is the, has a RCA here that kind of looks like a composite. It's not yellow though, but I don't know if 1980 they would put yellow there. It has a 3/4 switch on here, which would be RF, but then it has this adapter that goes to the RF signal, and then has this on here. What does it say? Craft? Something craft? Witchcraft? Switchcraft? Do you... so do a restart. That's what I'm thinking, is like we can do a restart and then we can try to get this thing working. It's not composite. So we have so many people saying it's not composite. Well, if it's not composite, this thing does composite and it does RF, so this would, seems like it would be the right way to go. So, same as the SNES. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, the SNES has, or the NES, not the SNES, has those same type of adapters. That's an RF adapter. I understand it's an RF adapter, but why would it have composite out and composite? I know that, I think if you look up those pinouts, I think it uses all of it, but it's a balanced line of some sort, right? So like I said, I ordered an HDMI upscaler adapter. It just didn't show up. My wife says if it does get delivered, she'll drive it over here during our stream, and then we can continue working on it. All right, so do you think we should just restart the computer and see if we can get this thing working? I wish I would have done it ahead of time. You're wrong about the cable. Everyone's wrong about the cable. RF only. So I don't know. To me, it doesn't seem like it's RF only, but yeah, my wife would be the MVP if it shows up. She starts knocking on the glass out there. All right, let me try rebooting. I'm not going to kill the stream. I'm just going to stop, or I'm not going to end the broadcast. I'll stop streaming. I'll just restart real quick. Give me a moment and I'll be right back. It'll probably be 3 minutes. All right? All right. Be right back. All right, are we back? Okay, are we back? I can't tell yet. We're good? Yay! All right, so that was a full restart. Let me clear all this stuff out of my way because we don't need a projector anymore. And the question is, did it even install that card? I don't know. We will see momentarily. Okay, back to Device Manager. Still not there. Can you see that? Oh, you can't see that. But look at that. What a waste of a restart. So do we not have the right driver? All that for nothing. Oh, you're killing me here. Okay, Angel USB, Dell label HJ649. What did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? Oh my gosh, this is so ridiculous. We may have to abort the whole thing because until we get the oh, I don't have my buttons aren't working yet. I just realized I've been sitting here pushing buttons to change my display and it wasn't working. All right, let's see if that works. All right, let's go back and see if we can find another Angel USB TV tuner. April 2006. Alienware. Yeah, we might. I have plenty of laptops here we can fix, so if we need to, we can just go ahead and just fix a computer because, you know. And my clock is wrong here. I just realized. There we go. That's the right time. All right, let's try this other thing here. Driver I just downloaded. Get a composite cable. I mean, I have a composite cable. What are you talking about? That's what we have. That's what we're doing. Don't give up. You'll fix it. Yes. I will try. Maybe this is the driver itself and the other one's the software. That'd be funny. Use compatibility settings. This is for XP. Again, it's the same stupid message here. Trying to get this thing installed. Okay, to complete driver installation, you need to plug in the device, and if it's unplugged, okay, unplug it. Okay. I'm not a fan of this thing here. R9542. Yeah, so I mean the driver isn't in here. What am I doing wrong, people? Premise is sad that you're not hearing him. All right, let's see what Premise is saying. I know, I get so distracted. It's hard. It's hard. Okay, let me focus on chat for a second and we'll see if we can get caught up here. Oh my gosh, I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. Premise, what are you saying? Oh, Twitch is not showing the bell message. Okay, let me fix that. Oh, I lost all my tokens. Okay, go ahead and try it again now. Premise. Wait, we're not logged into all my devices. Stream Elements isn't logged in either. What? My Twitch bot's not logged in. Okay, let's see about Stream Elements. Log in. Okay, I think I'm logged into everything now. Okay. Give it a go, Premise. Let's see if we get a bell message. Yay, okay. All right, so what were you saying there, Premise? right. VIC-20 composite cable. I've only been watching from time to time, but the adapter was out. Was not a composite out. It's for TV antenna inputs. Well, this adapter has a composite or an RCA plug here, and it has the RF switch, and it has the RF adapter. So to me, it seems like it would do both, but you might be right. And so either way, if we can get this thing working, we have RF in. Use a different computer for the projector. Yeah, so I can plug a computer into it just to see if I get a picture, but I don't have a composite out on any computer. Seriously hope the Microsoft goes 1,000 times to hell. That's right. Check manually using the folder. Looking at the wiki for the CPU. There's an INF in there. Let's see if there's an INF in there. So I'm trying to get that driver working. So we're trying to find, where do we put the Dell drivers? So here's the drivers we downloaded, and yeah, I don't see an there's no INF in here. So is that the driver, or is that the software? Oh yeah, oh there's an INF right there, Angel USB. I mean, maybe I could force install it. And just see if it picks it up now. Nothing I hate more than when something doesn't want to install. Oh man, you're killing me here. Pick a driver. We're going to say this is going to be, what kind of device is this? Multimedia capture device, maybe? Capture device? I don't know. Capture. It's only outputting channel 3 to 4 at NCSC. I understand NTSC. I mean, it could be. You're right on that. What kind of device is this? Here we go. I like this. Media. No. Show all devices. I'm going to have a ton of devices here. What kind of device would it be? I'm trying to think, like imaging device or something. That's what I would think it would be, but maybe it's a capture device. Use VCR, channel 3, input. I mean, I really just need like an old TV is really what I need then, which I don't have. I'll just do a show all devices like you're saying here. It says there's no drivers in there. Doesn't even make sense. That doesn't even make sense. There's literally a driver file right here. Maybe it's because it's for a different system. Okay. Let me just check one more time on Dell. Please help Angel USB 2009. Which version are you using? Oh, what is this? Thanks for the answer. What do you think? Sketchy EXE, go? We have to download some media portal. Okay, we may have to bench this. NTSC combo adapter. Until I have something, you know, if I can get that HDMI adapter here, then we can like try running it. We just down this. this one. The pins are on the left. So this is a different TV tuner. But again, it's doing that same type of thing. All right, I'm getting bored. I think it's time to move on to something else. Sorry, guys. Okay. All right, I'm done looking at all this stuff and not looking at chat. Okay. Oh, okay. All right, let's see. Let me just kind of catch up on some chat here. Got a lot of words on the screen. My brain is not functioning as well because now I'm kind of got flustered because my plan kind of backfired. I thought that I was going to be able to get something to come out of here, but that didn't work. Give me a second here to fix my chat. Okay. All right. I know everyone wants me to use the older VCR. I'll go see if I can find an old little TV or something like that. I don't know. You know, Ben Heck, y'all ever watch Ben Heck Hacks? He has an old camcorder that he uses as his old video input. But you can have old CRTs back in the day. XP virtual machine. That'd be interesting. Spin up an XP virtual machine and try to install it. You got an old Win90 XP laptop. That's a good point. You guys are brilliant. You guys are brilliant. So that's kind of the whole point. You've been saying that the whole time, is grab another laptop and do it on a different laptop because then you can restart it and not have to mess up the stream. I mean, if we want to keep going down the road, we can. I mean, I don't mind. I mean, I'm sure some people, we can put up a vote that says move on to a test machine, I guess, or move on to a different thing, or we can just keep messing with other stuff. Let's see, what laptop do I have that has... I mean, I have laptops that have Windows 11 on it, and Windows 10. I have a Windows 10 test install. We could spin up a XP install. Let's try an old XP 7 laptop. Let me see if I have a laptop that has an OS on it still. Let me go dig around. I have tons of laptops here. Whether they work or not, I don't know. But all right, here's a G600 that has a hard drive in it. So let me plug it in, see what it does. All right, good old D600. I'm going to move the Commodore off my desk, actually. It makes a little bit more room. But at least we know it's kind of powering on. We got one step closer. I know that we have kind of a conflict here, whether the output's going to be RF or composite, but if we can get this device working, then we're good to go. All right, so this laptop's pulling 0.02. Press the power button. I don't have a keyboard in this thing. I don't really care. I just want to see if it boots up to something. Press the power. Comes on for a couple seconds. Shuts back off. That probably means it doesn't have RAM in it. Or there's something wrong with it. No RAM, so let me see if I can have some RAM. What RAM does this take? DDR2? Is that right? Look at that, I have DDR test memory right here. DDR2 test memory. How did I do that so fast? Because I'm crazy. It doesn't even take DDR2, does it? Does it take DDR1? I don't have DDR1 test memory that fast. Yeah, this is keyed for DDR1. All right, let me go grab another machine. I got so many laptops stacked here. Lots and lots of laptops. There we go. Here's another D600. This one looks a little more complete, has a keyboard and everything, so let's try turning this one on. Okay, 0.6. And we have picture! Can you even see it? There it is. Okay, so we have picture. Does it have a hard drive in it? I can't tell if it has a hard drive. I can't hear it. But yeah, if we can get this thing to boot up to XP or 7 or Vista or something, then we can install. Invalid date and time. We should be able to install that. XP, baby! Oh, yeah! Woo-wee! We'll be able to use this as our screen. Oh my God. Chat says we need the 9-volt AC for the V out. Okay. Great. All right, quick. Tell me what produces 9-volt VAC. Quick, we need it. Oh, gosh. Okay. So we need the 9-volt now. Oh, did you hear that sound? Did you hear it? Oh, it's beautiful. This was the days, man. I love XP. Look at that. It has our Parts People logo and everything. This is a Parts People logo from like a long time ago. I think I used to sell these laptops probably in 2009 or something. So this is like a really, really old vintage computer. Let's plug this guy in there real quick. We can insert the 12 volts after the rectifier. That's what I'm thinking, is that we use a 5-volt, like, you know, wall wart or something like that, that we power through the whatever, 7-pin or 9-pin on the side, and then we'll inject the 12 volts after, if it runs on 12 volts DC after the... So the 9 volts is getting rectified into... To me, it seems like almost it needs the AC in order to run the tape and all that stuff, but maybe it's turning it into 12 volts DC somewhere else. You guys know. All right. We have our device plugged in there. Let's go to Device Manager, which, I like it's popping up. It's found a new device. Okay. Not this time. It's Angel USB. Install it automatically. Sure. I didn't find it. Connect to the internet. No, do not connect to the internet. Okay. So now we just need a flash drive. You guys are smart. All right. I'm going to figure this out. So you guys think about how you want to handle the... is it 12 volts after the DC? To drive the DC motor. Yep, see, that's what I thought. So it needs the AC for the motor, but if we're not powering that portion of it because it doesn't need it, but it does need the 9-volt. I don't know. Well, we'll figure it out in a second. All right, so it's going to be these. I'm just going to take all 3 of those drivers we downloaded and put those over here. Delivers rock solid 5 volts upgraded to 4 amps. I know that, Dave, you're reading some sort of ad somewhere on there. Yeah, because I was reading that too. That's cracking me up. Okay, so we have the drivers on here. Rock solid stability. This thing has 2 USB ports. No needed except for the tape. So, but some people are saying you need it for the RF out or for the output. Angel USB. Is that the installer? No. Let's do the device manager instead. Do you remember how to get to the device manager inside Windows XP? You have to come all the way over to System, then go to Hardware, then come to Device Manager. That's a lot of work. I just love the right click over here and be done with it. Reinstall driver. Not this time. And we're going to locate the driver ourselves in this location. That's it. We found it. It's installing the driver. Okay, so it's the same driver I downloaded before, but I guess Windows 11 didn't like it. So you guys are brilliant. You guys are brilliant. I didn't even have to wait until next week. It automatically is installing. You can see it's installing in the background here. Or it's installing a bunch of unknown devices. We have our Angel USB. Oh yeah, we got it right there. We got it. We got it. And then now what we'll do is we'll take a VGA out of this and input it into the stream. So what we'll do is we'll do our VIC-20 into a capture card, into an old D600, then we'll output the video from the D600 into a capture card, into a Windows 11 computer, and then we'll stream it out to both of you, to everyone. Oh, I'm just kidding. You're so silly. Okay, driver setup. But now I need some, how am I supposed to open this? I can't install OBS on this. What am I opening this thing with? Does it have some sort of viewer? It has to. Order a VIC-20 power supply. No, I wanted to make one. I don't want to order one. That's cheating. 5 volt will work except for the cassette and the user port. So but the video out will work? Where's Atari? I want him to tell me. Does anyone have one right now that they can disconnect the 9 volt and see if they still get an output? Quick, someone just cut their wire and wire up only the 5 volt portion. A doorbell transformer. I actually thought about that, or a sprinkler system. They all use the 24 volt. Don't. I think old printers used to do that too. They had like a little. I actually might have one of those, but it might be like 24 volts or something. Use RDP. Smart. I like that. Let's see if we can connect this XP to our network, but not to the internet. Right? Yeah, I think we'll do some remote desktops. That's a good idea. Okay, so the VIC-20 needs 9 volts to 12 volt DC for the video out. But where do we inject that voltage? Do we inject it on that 16 volt cap? Actually, that's what we can check here. While this is, I'm running that setup, installing the drivers, we'll just let it do its thing here. I'm going to move this out of the way. We don't need this one. All right, so what I wanted to test is whether that 16 volt cap is getting voltage on it. Is it getting 5 volts on it or not, right? So when we plug our 5 volts in over here from our power supply, what voltage are we getting on here? If we're getting 0, then maybe we can put a 12 volt supply on this, a 5 volt supply on that, and we should be good. Right? All right, so this XP machine is being restarted. I'm just going to put it off to the side. All right, let me plug our power supply back in. The old sketchy power supply that we made. Low voltage, 9-volt AC heavy-duty transformer. I'm like, what do I have a 9-volt transformer somewhere? Oh, I guess I could just find any 9-volt wall wart that is rectifying 110 volts, 120 volts down to 9 volts, and then take it before it gets rectified and then output it. None of that sounds sketchy to me at all. Messing with mains voltage. All right, what voltage do we have? We don't have our meter up, so let me get that going. All right, so I'm measuring the 16-volt cap. I'm going to turn on the power. So the VIC-20 is on, but we don't have any voltage on that cap. Okay. Check for fire insurance. I have really good fire insurance, $3 million. Okay, so I'm checking for voltage on this cap. I'm not getting any voltage on this cap. So the question would be, you know, this is obviously going to be DC, right, on that cap. So this is probably taking that 9-volt and then rectifying some of it into another voltage. So do we think 9 volts or 12 volts on this cap here? This is a 16-volt cap. So 12 volts seems logical to me. 9 volts could be okay. I don't think we need the 9 volts for the video. Well, we need people to know, not think. Power surge and USB port. Oh, Angel USB has exceeded the limit of the power on this port, USB port. There's no extra power on here. Maybe I can unplug my flash drive too. Unplug my flash drive so it's not using so much gigawatts. Okay. These USB ports can only handle like 150 milliamps, you know? You must have 12 volts for it to run. Okay, so we have Mad Max is telling me for sure, conclusive, like there's no doubt. All right, so 10 volts is the next size step. Okay, so 16-volt cap, I should put 12 volts on it. Put 5 volts on the input, 12 volts there, and it should work, right? Angel USB. Do we have an application? You can't search on this. I was trying to type in like the program I wanted to open. That's how spoiled I am. Okay, how do you get to programs here? Programs. What capture program is there going to be? Accessories. Freaking. Remember this folder? System tools? Look at all that system tools. Movie Maker? I don't know. What are we going to use for our capture program? Tools. Create clip. Auto. Does anyone know? VLC? That's a good point. Let's try that. All right, let me go get VLC. VLC for XP. Does that exist? VLC for Windows XP. So VLC runs on all versions of Windows, Windows XP, SP3, and latest. Okay. You need an old TV console. Yes, that's what we will end up getting if we can't get this figured out. But we're giving it the old college try. The VIC-20 has a rather rare keyboard. Euro style edition has special characters. Yeah, I was looking at that. There's a couple different versions of the keyboard layout, and I think I have the, like they were saying, look at the O, whether the O is like more vertical or not, like elongated or more circular or squashed or whatever. And so this one seems like it's just a circle O. All right, so we have our file. This is getting hard to do with all this stuff on here. Let me turn this back off. We haven't fun yet. You still use VLC in Windows 10. I use VLC all the time still. Yeah. Okay, where is my computer? My computer's here. Okay. Darn it. Okay, can we see this? I can't tell. Okay, so what's the ID on the 16-volt cap? Okay, I'll look. Oh, we already have VLC on here. That's funny. I'm like downloading it. It's already installed. So maybe I should use the version that's already installed on there. Let me just try that first, because I don't want to. It's an old version, which would be perfect for this. I don't need to upgrade to a newer version. It may not make it work anymore. Okay, there's VLC. Does it have capture? Open capture device. Okay, perfect. Okay. Let's try it again. Opening capture device. TV digital or direct show. I don't know. Let's just try direct show first. Capture device Angel. Hello. Hello. Does not support required parameters. What does that mean? Virtual dub. It's like it's recording the audio, but I think it's coming out of here, out of the actual. It's making an echo here. Let me close that. Oh, okay, guys. What now? What now? What capture device do I need to use with this Angel USB? I feel like the Dell has an actual TV tuner. It's a TV digital device. Okay, so let's go back and try that again. But that's it. To me, it seems like it's going to. Oh, look, it has frequencies and stuff too. Okay. Frequency 0. Interesting. So can we set the channel if we do this? Automatic. I don't know what frequencies are what. Tuner card 0, tuner card 1. What frequency is channel 3 or 4? DXCAP demo program for Microsoft's testing capture devices. So DXCAP demo. One second, we're just going to look it up. So we're going to try to figure out if we could just tell this thing to tune in through a certain TV station. And so 3 and 4 is going to be the RF, or was that VHF? The VHF channel. And so 6,000 and 6,300 is channel 3. So we're going to go up to 6,000 and 63. We'll start with that. Check the log output, specific parameters. I just don't know if it's even trying to use this device or not. I have no idea. Bandwidth. I don't know what bandwidth we're supposed to be using either. I feel like we're making it more complicated than it needs to be. Delivery system. DVT. Well, that's digital video, right? ATSC. So we have someone saying 261.63 hertz. We're in kilohertz over here. UHF is channel 3 for video carrier is 661 megahertz. Channel 3 on a RF output for the NTSC is 61.25 megahertz. So right here, so we're in kilohertz, so if we do megahertz, that'd be 6. So we need 61.25. But it doesn't let me put a dot. No dot. So we just need to type it because we're in kilohertz, so we're going to do 6125.00. Let's see, 1230. 1, 2. So that megahertz. There you go. Does that look good? Can you tell? I need some concurrence here. So kilohertz. So if we're going to megahertz, we're going to move our point over here. So we're at 61.25. Capture mode is not correct. Yeah, probably. I think it, because when I chose the other capture mode, the other one, direct capture, it said that it was trying to read the card, but this one doesn't seem to be trying to do that. No, 6125. That's what I wrote. 61250K. But 6125 meg. So DBV, digital video broadcast, we don't need that. Direct show errors out when I try to do that. Thank you. See, that's what I want. 61250 kilohertz equals 61.25 megahertz. Thank you. That's what, and so I did it correctly. I'm happy. My brain did not malfunction. You are on digital TV. Yes. When I tried to do direct show, it errored out. That's why we're trying to do something else. But I don't know what one of these other settings are. I have no idea. Delivery system. So DB. Was anybody in broadcasting to know what this is? Is digital. NCSA is analog. Yeah. So that's what I thought. AT is digital. NTSC is analog. So ATSC. So I should put it on this. But if I did that, then it got rid of the carrier wave size. Yes, you worked for a cable company. You want ATSC. Okay, so I think this is where we're at. What about these advanced options? Intervals, blah, blah, blah. Okay. All right, so we're going to try this. Let's just see if it errors out or not. And it's erroring out, so I don't even know. Says frequency, check the details. Your input cannot be opened. Do you think it's because I don't have a device hooked to it yet? Let's hook a device to it. So let me plug in our actual thing here. Not digital, analog. I know, but I don't know what those settings are. So I'm just listening to you guys randomly. So random people on the internet are telling me to do random things, and that's all I can do. All right, so we have this set to channel 3. So that's set to channel 3. The box is on, it's warm. The switch is there. I'm going to flip the power switch on. We're pulling current. So that the device is on there. So now I want to see if we got an output here. So I'm going to try this again. And it's still saying we have an error. Like I didn't know if it needed a signal or something. Not network stream, we want capture device. Still error it out at that. Okay, let me switch back to the other thing here, the direct show. Refresh list. So we have Angel USB, configure. Encoder, NTSC-M. CSCJ, VCR out, VCR in enabled. Okay. And then audio is going to be, I'll just say none. 4x3. Okay, let's just see if that does it. So direct draw show, errored out also. Oh, how is the Commodore switch box? Does it work? We don't know anything about anything. So basically, I picked up this Commodore yesterday. I got a message from a friend who said that his father was giving away a VIC-20 and with a bunch of stuff. And so we're just kind of messing around with it and trying to get a video out. And whether we need the 9 volt or not, we had to make our own power supply, so we're only running 5 volts into the machine. We may need to be adding that extra thing, but I don't feel like this thing's even working properly. So let's see, what other device could we hook in here to test it? I think first I want to get something that has a direct that will able to read this. So we need to keep searching around for the capture program or something on Dell's side, I guess. TV tuner, capture software. So here's TV tuner software for Angel USB. In short, Windows Media Center Creator Edition. Phil Dumb, okay. You may be able to download the software here. Let's see. Nope, that did not show up anything. A few more hours of search last night. Blah, blah. While I'm doing this, if someone can tell me the name of some sort of program. Does anyone get the RCA inputs of the Angel USB? A registry hack? What? My TV tuner has no options whatsoever. So it needs Windows, the Windows Media. So download Webcam XP. Okay, let's get that. I like the sound of that one. Webcam XP. Ooh, that looks good. Look at that. We know the quality is based on the website design. We're going to download it from the United States. Free, private. Do you have an alternate composite video generator? I don't. I mean, we have an oscilloscope. We can look to see if we're actually getting a NTSC signal out, right? Why isn't this downloading? Do we need to download from Switzerland? Whoa. Switzerland has a crazy website. Does this website even work? It's not working. That's what I get from downloading crazy programs. It's an unrelated thing. Use Windows XP. Universal TV Tuner Software Descaler. Is that what we're talking about? We try that one now? You guys, you keep spitting them out. I'm going to go. But you have to have some sort of information behind it. You can't just be like just saying random crap. Descaler. What is Descaler? Released in 2009. TV viewer. Latest version, download page. Stable. Setup program. Improve stability. Lots of stuff here. Lots of words. We have it over on SourceForge. It's about to download. All right. We're going Descaler. Quick Play 4.0 will work. Has any, but so when you're naming these things, I would prefer if you use the Angel USB device and in combination with this program, but you know, beggars can't be choosers, right? Okay. Movie Maker 8. Well, we just opened Movie Maker and I couldn't find a setting in there for capture device. Let me see if let's go back to Movie Maker just real quick. I don't know how to use this program. Never used it. So is there an input capture device area in here? Oh, capture from video device right there. Here's your sign. Capture device was not detected. Okay. Video device is currently in use. Let me close my VLC. Okay, let's try again. All right, it's currently in use. Let me restart this computer real quick. An older version of VLC. So the version of VLC that I have installed on here is a version from whenever this computer was set up. So it's old. So I have a newer version of VLC we can install in there, but whether we should do that or not, I don't know, but I guess we could try it. The driver is in the device manager working, so we're not worried about that because it's actually showing up there. Media Portal says it's compatible with it. Okay, so Descaler. Okay, so I'm going to try Movie Maker real quick, then we'll try Descaler, then we'll give up. I don't know. We'll wait. We'll wait until we have real devices. I don't know, but my coffee's still warm. Try Descaler. It's old. It works with any tuner. I love the sales pitch on that one. Trust me, Descaler is what you're looking for. This guy, you got to. He works for the marketing team at Descaler. Look at this. Pat, you are selling it, I can tell you. The best software is Descaler. Try Descaler, it works on any tuner. Trust me, Descaler is what you're looking for. You are a seller, man. You're selling it, bro. We will try Descaler. Let me just try Movie Maker since it's already installed. Okay, capture device is on. It's not currently in use because I just restarted the whole computer. The video device is still in use by another program. What are you talking about, bro? I just restarted the whole freaking computer. Okay, so we're going to Descaler since we know Descaler is the best. The best. It's almost like a Northwoods Fix sales pitch. If you want the best video program out there, it's going to be Descaler. It's the best of the best. The biggest of the bosses. The bosses of the best. Plugin development. I'm not writing any plugins, but we will install that anyway. Create a shortcut on the desktop. I want a quick launch too, because I need to be able to get to it fast. All right. Virtual Dub 2. Is that another good one? We've tested all of them for you. All of them have been pre-tested. Everyone out there has these Angel USBs. Okay, so hardware setup. So we're going to say a processor above 1 gigahertz, best quality, sure. Descaler alone, possible results, software given priority. What are we doing on the usage here? Pat, what you got? Can't tell what I'm supposed to be putting that. We're the best. That's right. Y'all are the best. So I just leave it out here. Descaler alone, the best possible results. Sounds pretty good to me. You just see how fast XP is? Imagine if we get to run XP on a modern device just all the time, because it's just so fast. 1.21 gigawatts. Okay, so we're just going to do that. We're going to say sources. We're going to open define an initial source. Define as initial source. Pattern, snapshots, playlists, channels. Settings. Capture. General hardware setup. Got that. We already did that part. Come on. VLC should work with that, the media portal. Maybe I should just need to update it. Okay. Descaler should work with the capture device by name. Okay, where do I set it? Where do I choose my capture device? Video, adjustments, card calibration. LA. It's hard to see that. I'm like trying to keep the screen there for you, but I can't see it because there's reflections. What menu to go to? I've used it with several TV tuners, C64 super fast, 9-volt input, Windows 2000, input source. Where's input source? The sources, not there. Hey, buddy. Pat, where do I go, buddy? You're in charge of this one. Slideshow, channels, setup. Nope. Deinterlace. Playlist is recognized. What are you reading this 9-volt suppose? Editing preferences. Okay, so we're going to go, if we can find our preference menu. Oh, you said edit. There's no edit here. Settings. General hardware setup was not it. Card calibration has test patterns. Edit settings. So where's edit settings across? Oh, you can't see the menus. Darn it. Okay, let me move this Commodore out of the way because it's, or maybe I can do this. There we go. Oh, that's a little bit better for me too. Okay, let me zoom back in. I didn't realize you couldn't see the menu setup at the top. Okay, I'm going to move this down like that. Hey, that's looking good. Okay, so where do I go from here? Okay, plug it in maybe. So the TV2 is not plugged in. I still had the USB plugged in. You're right. There's your sign. Okay. Capture device is plugged in. Plug it in, plug it in. Okay, so now hardware setup. I already did that. Channels setup, nothing. Descaler is the best to use with old analog tuners. For their PCI cards, but not USB. Okay, Hugo is going against Pat. They're in a war of the best program ever. He has not plugged it back in. It's plugged back in now. Okay. Northridge Fix doesn't say we use all the we use all the tools we sell. That's right. Best sources. Come on, people. Tell me what menu goes. Input sources. I can't see this. It's so reflective. Settings. General video adjustments. Image. Advanced settings. Pull down, progressive, aspect ratio. People are telling me sources. So sources here does not have anything. Has open file, still, pattern, snapshot, and file direct draw. I mean, is that it? Doesn't do anything. Doesn't do anything. Okay, pattern. Oop. Still doesn't do anything. Define an initial source. Doesn't do anything. Oop. Okay, what now? The app is not the laptop. Wait, the app is not the laptop. Root, what are we saying here? Check sources. Yeah, probably restart. Do we think we need to restart? It didn't say we need to restart. Restart the app. Okay. Oh, since we plugged it in. Okay. Hey, I told it to put it on the system tray down here. Oh, there it is. There it is. I forgot we had to expand that area there. John Adcock. Okay. Hey, there it is. You guys are so smart. You guys are the bosses of all bosses. The biggest of all the bosses. What? Failed to render. Video renderer. Error. One or more arguments. This is the same thing that VLC was saying. There was some sort of argument error. Argument error. And this has some sort of C++ thing. Let's update the Angel USB driver to one of these other drivers. Maybe. Make a BIOS video. Even a VCR requires it to be present. So I have the VIC-20 on. I have the cable plugged in. You guys can't see all that, but I have all this plugged in. It's on. Hooked up here. What else you want from me? Let's look at the code now. Okay. Let's go look at the DSS source. Where's this at? Descaler. I mean, I feel like I could just update the Angel USB driver because we had 3 different drivers and I just kind of grabbed one of them. There's no video signal because of the VAC. So should we hook that 12 volts on there? JFix is a member again. JFix, you keep becoming members. Oh my gosh. Should we hook that 12 volts on there and see if it just kind of shows up? But if this is erroring out, do you know if this will error out if there's no, if it doesn't detect something? Probably a hardware issue. That's what I'm thinking. Let's try the driver again. Let's take a look at what the driver version is. And I'm telling you. We're spending more time trying to get a picture. Where's our Angel USB? Where's our capture device? What is it going to be? Angel USB. MPEG USB device. Okay, so we got the 216. So driver version 1.02. Can you guys see that? So that's the driver version I have installed right now. Let's look at the other versions we had as options. I lost that page. I guess I don't have it here anymore. Oh, go to an old TV tuner and plug it in. I need an old TV. Yes, I need an old TV. So here's driver 1.03, came out in 2008. And then there's 1.02. Okay, so this is the one we have installed on the device right here, which is from 2006, but there is one that's from 2008. So let's get that installed. Capiche? Check the composite output with the oscilloscope. That's what I think we're going to do next after this, actually. So I'm going to check the driver. If the driver still errors out, we'll just check see if we're getting a signal out of the VIC. Okay. Which driver was it? So we need the driver that's, what's the number? R1187. So it's going to be this one. Where are the likes, people? You're right, John. Or Joanne. Joanne, sorry about that. How is the VIC powered up? So we have a 5-volt power supply we made that's hooked to this power. You can see it right there. And it's pulling that current. And we have 5 volts going in. And that's it. We're not using the 9-volt in. And so it's powering the device on. We actually have a power light, and it's pulling some current. But the question is whether we need to add a second power supply to it, which I'm not opposed to. Okay. The device is plugged back in. Angel USB. Let's just look at the driver version. 2005 still. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let's open that again. 2005. Let me update the driver. I keep loading these off the USB, and I just need to copy them to the desktop because I have all the drivers on here. I just need to copy them to the desktop. You also need the 12 volt. That's why I think we're going to put the 12 volt on that 16 volt cap. I think that will solve that issue. Do you have a Commodore 64? This is a VIC-20. And I've never used a VIC-20 in my life, so I'm not familiar with them at all. So that's what makes it even crazier for me to be working on this live. But someone gave it to me yesterday. Okay, we're going to do desktop. This one, I think. All right, we're going to update that driver. What? What? Okay, that worked. Commodore VIC-20, yes. Feeling stricken with comfort looking at this old Windows version. I actually, yes, it's. You see how fast this thing is? It's crazy how fast it is. I'm going to restart this computer. This is running on a mechanical hard drive, probably only has 256 megs of RAM, and it's perfectly usable. The frequencies on the ACs matter. The internal clock regulates to 60 hertz for power. That makes sense. Okay. Okay, so we're not going to be able to get away with just injecting voltage. Oh, okay. So do you think it's using the actual 60 hertz from the mains, and then it's just using a step-down transformer in the external power supply that makes it 9-volt AC, and it's using that for the internal 60 hertz clock that allows it to sync? That would make sense, premise. That would definitely make sense. So, yeah, we have the schematic for the 5-pin. It's 2 of the pins are going to be 9-volt AC, and then 2 of the pins are 5-volt AC or 5-volt, excuse me, 5-volt DC, and that's what we're powering the VIC with, and it actually powers on. There's a power light and everything. Okay, so that driver's installed again. Inject 12 volts into the rectifier bridge. 9-volt AC reuses on the other parts. So that's assuming if it doesn't need that 60 hertz clock, Only 9-volt AC is the power input. Using 60 hertz from the transformer. I don't see any 12 volts in the schematic. Well, that would Do we have 9 volts in the schematic then? Maybe I can put 9 volts on there. Might feel a little bit better about that. Okay, 1.03. So it still says 2006 here, but now we're at 1.039, so we are at a newer driver. So let's go with that. Let's open our descaler program. Our VIC is on. Let me turn it off. Let me turn it back on. And switch that. Still getting an invalid DSS source inside of the C++ file, so. Jesus, people, it's not a Commodore 64. Yes, it's a VIC-20. Here, I'll move this over. VIC-20, so predecessor, guys. So it's older technology, older tech. It was born in 1980. So modern DC power supplies work with a DIN connector to 5 volts. It's crucial. Can draw significant current. So, wait. I thought we turned that back on. Did I just turn it back off? Let me try it one more time. Should we try it with composite? I know you guys saying it's not composite with this adapter, but I wouldn't mind just putting composite on there. Just for kicks. So that's still airing out. Let me just try composite. And then we're gonna, I'm gonna get the oscilloscope out and we'll just check that. So what I'm doing is I'm taking this adapter off of here, this RF adapter, and I have a composite plug, or it's an RCA plugged in here, and then I'm going to plug it into the composite input of the video on here. Like so. And now we'll reopen our descaler. And you can see the Commodore is pulling current right there. Nope, still the same error. All right, doesn't like it. It's not composite. Okay, so we've confirmed it's not composite. I just wanted to try that just because I like to try things. Okay, so let's pull out the oscilloscope. Let's just at least look at what signals we're getting. I'm just going to close this and put it out of the way because I feel like we're kind of at a loss right now with getting video out with this capture device. So I do have an HDMI composite device coming, but that's not going to help because we need an RF device. So I guess I'll have to work on trying to get that device working on some sort of something. And so the scope that I have is like this little simple guy because I don't do a lot of scoping. And I don't need super granular details, so we'll see how well it does. So it's this little tiny oscilloscope, little pocket oscilloscope. See if I can get it lined up for you guys. All right. Bob, if you ever come to Austin, yeah, come by and visit. Anybody. Everybody is welcome. So my store is open 10 to 6 Monday through Friday. I'm here every single day, and so you're welcome to walk in. There's no appointment or any of that stuff needed. You just come right in. And it looks like I started unscrewing this, and I left the screw out. So y'all are welcome to come by and say hi. All right, so I'm going to let's see what we got. I don't know what we're supposed to have exactly coming out of here, but I feel like we should have something pretty constant. Come to Austin, drink some bourbon, and smoke some cigars. That's right. All right, that's what we got coming out of the RF. And then it goes away for a second. I don't know if it's a... But let me put this adapter on here. I don't know if this thing has anything on it or in it, or if it's just coax to RCA. I was just actually just doing it off this RCA here, but let me do it this way. Look at that carrier wave just jumping up and down a little bit. I mean, that looks like a video out to me. It's Disneyland when you could visit his shop. Yeah, I'll give you a tour. I got so much stuff here. It's crazy. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. Ground pin 2 and 3 for the audio. You might just be better to solder the AV cable on the underside of the video socket. Does this thing have composite out anywhere? Because I heard that you could actually hook it there. Thanks for that donation there. Okay, so you might be better soldering an AV cable to the underside of the video socket. Because I did see someone where you could create a composite out by hooking to a couple different pins, right? Sync to 60 hertz. Well, let's see. Well, we don't have... There's crystals in here, right? So there should be a 60 hertz crystal, but if you're saying it uses the... You need a good ground here. It's driving me crazy. Why is it jumping so crazy? I'm going to turn it off. Okay, so right now it's off. Okay, so that's with it off right now. The machine is off, and so this is what we're just reading coming out of this right now. And so I'm going to turn it back on. I think we got a lot of noise here. Got a lot of noise. Chat's moving too fast to read. It is. It's reading too fast, moving too fast for me to read, for sure. Yes, it does have a composite. Okay, Selfman, what pins are going to be composite out? Because I know that you could just put a paper clip in here, right? And we should be able to do it that way. But we don't have a composite in besides that projector. Please read my previous comment. See what Redman said. RF signal, you have composite right before it. You could just use a composite to HDMI adapter to capture it. So what I've been trying to say is that I think this is composite and RF, but people are saying this is only a RF adapter. So my head is spinning with how many people are saying one thing and saying another thing, right? So I don't know. I really don't have the answer. Check the Discord and other channels. I've posted something. Okay, posted the schematic. Thank you. What are we posted in Fun Chat or something? Where is it at? Which Discord? The JFix one? Or the YouTuber one? Or did you send it to me directly? Maybe you sent it to me directly. Yo, Adrian. I don't know. I mean, I found some schematics online already. We have those. The JFix one, okay. What category? Did you just post it onto the JFix in the category? Because that's what I was looking for. It's like inside there. don't know what we're currently working on. I don't see it there. Okay, let me go back here. VIC-20 native. Okay, it's a composite before RF and an RF after the box. Okay, so you think that we could get composite out of here? That's what I thought. So let me get a 5-pin, or let me get a paper clip and we'll just stick it in there, right? And we should be able to pull it out of there. I fixed a few of these VICs and have composite to the outlet of the VIC and the RF outlet on the box. Because I did see that somebody could just hook a paper clip in there. That's what I was looking for. Composite of the outlet of the VIC. Okay, so let me see if we can get the pin out of the VIC. I almost wanted to type on this keyboard just now. That's funny. VIC-20 composite. Composite pin out. Okay, so that's that. Video low, video high. Pin 2 is ground, 3 for audio, 4 for video low, video high, and 5 volts. So how do we hook up composite? Are we just doing ground in the video low or video high? I thought composite was only 2 pins, 2 wires. Have you fixed it yet? We have it turning on. I'm going to turn it back off right now. We have it turning on with a 5-volt source. IRC would connect the Commodore to a TV instead of an antenna. Use descaler to scan channels. Well, anytime we try to use that stupid box, it messes up. What did Dave just send me? Motherboard, main boards, reversions, chips. Okay. We don't know which one we have. Okay, we need one that has that big capacitor right there. It is not composite. But Atari, can you confirm that there's no composite on the terminal pins right here on the output, right? So like if I just bypass this thing altogether, don't we have a video low, video high? Don't we have composite coming out of the actual device right here? I understand this box is maybe just RF only, but pins 2 and pins 4. So hook pins 2 and pin 4. Let's do it. Let me find my handy dandy pictures of what pin 2 and 4 is. But that doesn't make sense, actually. Hold on. Oh yeah, it does. Okay, so pin 2 and pin 4 is, so we have the notch. Let me turn this around so my brain doesn't hurt. All right, so pin 2 and 4 are going to be these 2 bottom ones right here. So we're going to be connecting to here and here. Ground's going to be the middle one. Okay. Carrier unfiltered. All right, so I'm going to take this RCA right here. So the outside's going to be the ground, right? So let's, where's my cutter? How long do I want to make this? 2 is 4, or 2 is ground, 4 is, I believe this will work actually, people. I know that people are saying that Everyone's crazy. So I'm just cutting this RCA. I have 2 of them, so I'm not worried. We need to solder. We're actually going to solder something, people. So I need to solder something pokey that we can stick in there, and I think I have like a, I don't know, resistor or something. Oh yeah, I got some diodes. There we go. I got a diode here where you can just solder the ends to that, so that way we have something pokey to stick into the holes. All right. The oscilloscope signal, I could never really get anything looking good on there, but there's a lot of interference and noise, so. VD pin 5's carrier unfiltered, raw video signal, luminance signal. 4 low is the same signal but passed through a low pass filter, inductor capacitor to reduce high frequency noise. Thank you. I love that somebody actually ChatGPT'd that and sent it over to me. All right. So the plan is I'm just going to solder these little ends on here and then just cut it, and then we have stuff to actually poke into holes. Clippy will help. Yeah, this is not, I don't have a, well, a paper clip would probably work better than this because this is kind of bendy. Do I have a paper clip around here? Do I have Clippy to help me? Connect it with liquid metal. You guys know how much I love liquid metal. Did you solder yet today? I have not soldered today. That's a shirt. Have you soldered today? All right, let's put a little bit of flux on this stuff here. Whoa, this one came out fast. Oh my gosh, why does it want to come out? Why is it so liquidy? Maybe it's because it's the new NF white. We got the new NF white that's helping us fix this. Oh my gosh. It just like squeezes out so easy. Yeah, you can cut the diode on one end. That's what I did. I'm just soldering this on here to make it so we have something to poke into the hole. That's better than just a straight wire. Where's my third hand? I need a third hand. Probably good enough. Good enough for government work. All right, there we go. Our composite plug is ready. Should we put some heat shrink tubing on it and make it official? Where's the NLBA? I have mine in the other room. It's stuck on a computer in my office because I can't move it because you can't plug it into multiple computers without losing your license. So I have it. I'm on my last license already. You get 3 of them, And I've only installed it on the same computer, but I've replaced the computer 3 times since I've had it. So that makes it where I can't use it anymore. Okay. Little heat shrink tubing. Shenanigans has been happening all morning already. Okay. All right, that's good. All right, I'm going to start selling these. So what everyone needs. Okay. Ready. But we're going to have to hook this to the projector, I guess, right? Because that capture card's a no-go. So let me hook the projector back up. Wherever that went. The capture card, unless you think the capture card's going to all of a sudden start working. You know? I have a feeling the capture card needs drivers or does something different. Projector concur. Although I really like that Windows XP. I wish we could use Windows XP still. Or 7, at least. 7 was good, too. Windows 11 bull is getting old. All right. I hate when things get messy. You should see it like after I do a live stream. It's like a mess around me because I'm sitting here just grabbing things and plugging things in really quickly. All right, so we'll get this thing booted back up. And then we have our new composite plug. Where did that go? We're going to plug that into our projector plug here. There we go. Good. All right, what else we need? Don't need that. We need old Vicky. Vicky, what you gonna do? All right, so the middle bottom was ground, and the one to the side of it was the plus. You guys just check my connections here, but I think I'm going here and here. I think I put too much heat shrink tubing on here because it doesn't want to go deep enough. How about Windows 9? Well, Windows 9 was Windows 8.1. So they had Windows 8, and then that was a failure, so then they made 8.1, which is 8 plus 1 is 9. So Windows 9. So it does exist. Okay. So does that look right? Does that look right? Tell me, concur it. They skipped 9. No, 8.1 is 9. I think we're good. Yes, we got a yes. We got one concur. Send it. Premise wants me to send it. All right, so I'm just going to kind of hold this stuff underneath here like that so it doesn't come unplugged. Okay, that's still in there. All right, let me plug in our power cord. Let me get our projector thingy set back up. Excuse me. Ha-ha! Our projector screen. There we go. And then turn on our projector. So ridiculous, man. We have picture! I can't believe! You gotta be kidding me. All right, Atari, just so you know, we do have picture coming out of here. Bro! Bro! Yes! Oh my gosh. Press the like button, guys. You guys got to give me something for that. That's crazy. That's unbelievable. Yes. All right. We got picture. Okay. Oh my God. I can't believe that. It's working. All right. So a couple things to note here. We only need 5 volts to run the machine. So we're using our power supply just with a 5 volt in. We're not even using the 9 volt VAC. We are not using the other adapter that plugs in the back that converts to RF. We're just using 2 wires hooked to connectors on the back. And then we're using an old projector to project it to this here screen here. And let's see, it's actually in pretty good focus too. All right, so what's the first thing we're going to do? Let me adjust this camera a little bit so you can see a little bit better. Let's play Gorf. All right. I can't believe it's turned on. Let me see if I can get to my mouse here. Okay. I need to adjust the brightness of this camera because it's a little blown out. So give me a second. Let me use the auto exposure. There we go. Is that too dark? All right. Okay. So, all right. So let's go ahead and do some stuff. Test the built-in speaker for 5 beeps. Okay, so someone just said we can test that. So what do? Do we just type in beep 5? Beep 5. I don't have a 5. I don't have a 5. Let's see if I can press it this way. 5 doesn't work. Can I do 4? Syntax error. I can't do 5 apparently because my 5 button's not there. Is there an analog input? Yeah, so we have, let me show you the games we have for the people who are just joining in, right? So we have Mole Attack Home Babysitter, Speed Math and Bingo Math, and Cosmic Cruncher. And then we also have Fourth Encounter and Vic Music Composer and 2 joysticks. God. And a programming. Sorry. Let me get a drink of water. My cough is starting to come back. Okay. 10 print hello world. Is it clear? So we can do, what'd you say? I don't have 1. I don't have a 1. Can I do 2, 20, print? Where's our quotes? Where's our quotes at? Oh, the space bar doesn't work very well. Oh no, there's no back button. Oh, gosh. I need something pokey. Fourth encounter. So yeah, none of these buttons work. I wonder if I can put something way down in there. My tweezers. Because there's like little holes here. Yeah, that's not working. Okay, so let me just return that. It's going to throw an error, I bet, right? How do I clear this? Turn it off and on again? Restore, enter. Stop run. Okay, seal. Oops, darn it. There's no back button, it's annoying. So every time I try to type it, so CLS, enter. Okay. So it's ready. Okay, so let's try this again. CLS clear screen. Oh, CLR clear screen. Okay. All right. All right. Cotton bud isopropyl alcohol. Well, the issue is there's no button here. They're missing. The buttons are missing. So okay. Print. So we're gonna. I can't do 10 print because I don't have a 1, and I don't have a backspace, so I can't mess up on what I'm typing. So I can do 20 print if we want. 20 space print. Damn my mouth. Here's. Thank you so much. Yeah, Atari, we all learned something together, right? We don't know anything is going on, so I mean, there's always, you know, things to learn, so not a big deal. Okay, let me try this again. 20 print. Okay, space, and then quotes. Where's the quotes at? Where's a freaking quote? How am I supposed to do this? I know, I want to write hello world personally. I want to, but where is the quote? 10 didn't space. Damn it! It didn't space again. Ah, okay. The space bar is sketch. Okay, so let's try this again. 20 space print space. Okay. I'm messing up the signal. I don't need to move it that much. Okay. I want a quote. So here, can somebody help me with the quote symbol here? Oh, overhead. That's what we need. Where's it at? Can't really move this that much. I just don't see it. Oh, is this it? Here it is. 2? It's on 2. Okay, thank you. All right. I know. Very uneducated with this, but that's the way it is. Okay, so now we're going to do Shift 2. Nice. And then we're going to say hello. World. And then Shift 2. And then now enter. Right? Well, I guess I should have waited for you guys to tell me what to do next. I hit enter, nothing happened. What am I supposed to do now? Just type 20. It'll print the number 20. Run. Okay. Nice. Okay. That worked. Okay. Oh my gosh. Hey. This keyboard needs to be cleaned really bad because it does. That space bar is like, you really have to jam it. 30 on go 20. That's awesome, dude. Okay, wait, 30 go to 20. So if I just type that now, 30 go to 20. 30 go to VIC-20. Run. Dude. Shift 4, okay. Shift 4 did not do anything. Magic. How do I stop it? How do I stop the program? Is that the end, run stop button? Okay, run stop. Sick. Okay, let's try one of these games. What do you think? This is actually pretty cool. Okay, Control C does not work. No, so they had the run stop button here. Okay, so Control break. So we have do we have a control on here? I don't really say control, so I don't think we have a control break. So do I have to turn the thing off to hook a game up? How does that work? Cosmic Cruncher. Insert a cart. Okay, so let's just try one of these. I'm gonna try Mole Attack first. So should I turn it off, I guess? Okay. I don't want to move this thing, or maybe I should tape that composite to the bottom. Let me do that. Because I don't want it to come untaped, or move. Well, I'll be goddamn. I guess there was a composite out on there. That's crazy. The thing works. Okay. All right. Our composite wire is secure. Nothing to worry about there. Okay, the cart. Should we do that? The old NES trick? I'm assuming the picture faces up. I don't want to press too hard on it. Come on. Well, let me lift this keyboard. I can't see what's going on, and I'm trying not to force it. Excuse me. Thanks for the cheers. Thanks for the bits. Okay, we got the card in there. All right. Ready? Okay, now we're pulling about 1 amp. But I don't have a picture. What does that mean? So when this thing runs, does it boot your regular setup and then boot straight into it, or? This is a boring game. Joysticks, yes, I have joysticks. I got a couple different ones. These are 9-pin. Wait, these don't even go to it, do they? Oh yeah, there's one on the side right here. But it should boot straight into it, right? So why aren't we getting pictures? Should I take the cart back out? Let me take the cart back out and see if the machine's still working. Gentle. Gentle. Okay. Okay. See if we still have our cart picture. Okay. What's happening here? Got our power light. It's pulling current. Still have that still there. Let me see if this thing needs to be reset back to that input. Of course, you can't see. Such a dodgy connector. Why don't we have picture anymore? You don't have picture! There we go. Okay. We're getting a flicker. Okay. Let me tape this down again. I think we just don't have a good connection here. If I hold it in place, I get a good connection. All right. It's a dodgy connector. Let me see if I can redo these. I need it to go a little deeper, I feel like. Or the hole is a little bit thicker than what these connector or these pins are. Deoxit, yeah. Okay. I don't know if I have any deoxit spray here. I mean, I got isopropyl, but that's all I got. Bigger wire would be better. I wonder if I could fold these wires over. Because it is pretty loose when I'm plugging it in here. It just kind of slips back out. Yeah, super. Oh. My wife calling? Nope. Got a message from Swindon. Okay, sorry. To check my phone. I'm going to fold this in half and see if it fits in there better. Don't get it stuck in there, though. That's a good point. Another spammer. I didn't get a spammer this time, but I saw a message from somebody. Where's my pliers? So I'm just going to fold the end over. Just make it a little thicker. Okay. Let me just plug this one side in and see if that fits better. Yeah, that's better. Muy bettero. All right. Just solder the pins in there. Yeah, we'll go straight to the board and solder the pins right on. I can't believe we got a picture, though. We got a picture. I can't believe. Okay. Okay, they are in there. Let's see if it's working better now. Good. All right, so got that. It's a lot more stable. Blast from the past. All right, I'm just trying to unwind this. We're going to plug this game in. So I was just going to plug each game in eventually and just kind of get through all of them just to check it out, but I fixed it again. I have a picture. Okay, let's plug this card in. Oh, I hate how hard I have to press this thing in, but it's still basic. gosh. I don't have this thing screwed together, so it wants to fall apart too while I'm trying to plug this in. Okay. Okay. Whew. Man. That's a lot of work. It's not booting straight into the cart. What does that mean? Yeah, it's a tight fit, for sure. Very tight. Never wrap a joystick like that. Look, we got a coil. I saved another Commodore! Okay, so... Bad cart. Okay, let's just go to the next cart. I don't know. Or do we need the 9-volt AC for that? Not enough voltage for the game. Let's see how much current it's pulling. So I'll put you on the screen here for that. Here, maybe I could put... Let me give you my... that other view, the DMM. DMM? No, the BenQ, that's the one. Copy, reference, wide angle. We'll paste that in there. Paste reference. There we go. All right, so that way we can see the voltage. Capiche. Okay, so this is the current coming out of the power supply. All right, so when I turn it on, do we have this other cart plugged in all the way? We do, I think. Yep. All right. Load. I like that. Of course, the O doesn't work that well. Load. Press play on tape. So I don't have a tape thing, obviously. Run it without anything plugged in. Okay, you want to see the difference in current? Load game? Is that what the words I need to type instead? Okay, mismatch. Load star 7, 1. Really? So, do you think load star 7, 1 will work? Are you sure? We already tried run, doesn't work. What's the device of the cart? Load 8, 1 for the disk. So the cart is 7? Okay, so that's what we're saying. So load, oh my gosh, this 0 doesn't work, or O doesn't work. Load. I need to make this projector a little bit higher up here so you guys can see the bottom of this. Here we'll use, I'm going to use this as a spacer for the projector. Oh my gosh, these wires are everywhere. Okay, so load, space, shift 2, shift, oh no, star, shift 2, space 7, 1. Is that what you said? Need somebody else to tell me. Seven, 1. I don't have a 1. What do I do about that? 7, comma, no space, just 7, 1. So I would just do load space, and then that star, and then 7, 1. But I don't have a 1. How can I make a 1 come out of this thing? Hey, I got a 1, but now I can't do a backspace. Let's see if I can get a backspace to show up. Okay, backspace worked. So 1. Let's see if we can get a 1. 1. Enter. Syntax error. Okay, so we'll try it again. So you're saying load space. Put it in there exactly the way you want me to do it. Shift run stop. Shift run stop. So shift run stop says play on tape. And run stop gets me back out of that. So shift run stop probably puts you back into what the last thing was, right? Okay. No load run commands are needed, unlike a cassette. I mean, it sounds good to me. Okay, so we're going to do load. So all, no spaces. Load, shift, star, shift, 7, 1. Enter. So I did no spaces. Okay. Should we try one of these? These carts? Because these say VIC. This says VIC 1928, VIC 1912, 1933. I don't know what the difference is, but these say VIC 20s on them. Does that have a difference? Okay, everyone's saying it again. So now we're doing load colon. Load colon star. So load colon. Oh. Colon. What did premise say? Darn it, I lost you. Star. And then another comma. Comma. 7, comma. 1. Does that look good? Can you guys see that? So I got load, no space with a colon. Quote, star, quote, comma, 7, comma, 1. I'm just doing what premise said. Try a different cartridge that works to find. Okay, I'm going to run this one. So we got no. No, you're trying to load from a disk. Okay, so that doesn't work. Oh, look, it did make it try to load from a tape, though. All right, so, yeah, we're not trying to load from a tape. We're trying to load from a cartridge. So let me turn it off. We'll try this VIC-20 cartridge here. Oh, wait, this wasn't... That didn't seem like it was seated in all the way. Let me try it again. Okay, it didn't work. Okay, so let me try again. Turn off the insert. Wait, turn off insert card. How do I turn off insert card? Okay, so I'm going to try this fourth encounter game here instead. VIC-20 does not have 64K. Yeah, because it's old. Yes. All right. I mean, it may need that 9-volt VAC, right? For all I know, for the cart. Okay, well, this game's doing something different. Or we have some sort of video scan issue. Oh, that's just saying ready instead of saying the other stuff. So we got something different going on. Probably need the 9 volts for the cartridge to run. So now this is definitely something different. I'm going to unplug the cartridge and plug it back in. Oh, so now you want me to do run? Okay. It won't let me type at all. I can't type, though. You don't recall your cousin ever typing quotes in the command. The cartridge is in a boot loop. Keeps going back to ready. Okay, so let me, and that's probably why it has the scan lines, right? Let's unplug it. Let's clean it. Yeah, it definitely has something coming out of it. No more power. Maybe a ROM issue? I don't know. You guys are the professionals. It's because I didn't blow on it. Okay. It's in its home. Wow! Hell yeah! That's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I'm talking about, Willis. Woo-wee! Okay. The 4th encounter. So we just need the old alcohol trick. Put it on overdrive. All right. So what do we do now? All I have is a joystick here. Let me turn off this light, see if that helps. Nope, that didn't help. Let's see, what about? Like, what light would help? We got rated by 87 viewers. Welcome, people. We're working on a VIC-20 that I picked up yesterday. Someone just gave to me. And we finally got it working. We had to make our own power supply to run it. And I have it working on an old projector because I don't have any other way of connecting it. But I don't know anything about a VIC-20, so everyone's trying to help me out. So, all right, so how do we start? Enter? What do we do? It's alive! Do you have speakers? I mean, no. Is there speakers in another one? Try another cartridge. What do you mean? I got this cartridge loaded. How do I go? How do I get going? Press the joystick button. I have 2 joysticks, so let me try another one. Where's my other joystick at? Here, hold on real quick. My wife's calling. Hello? No, I think we got it working, so we're okay. Yeah, thanks. All right, bye. My wife was going to bring over, I was waiting for that HDMI adapter. It just got delivered to Amazon. It just delivered it, and so they were going to run it up here, but we got something working. So where is that other joystick at, though? What did I do with that? Give me a second. There was 2 joysticks. Ah, here it is. All right, so this one actually has buttons on it. This one doesn't. Well, I guess this one has a button too. And this is a 9-pin connector. Stop run. So I can't do a stop run. Stop run doesn't even take me out of it. Shift stop run. Here, let me reboot it. Usually the fire button. I'm just going to switch to this controller here. Okay, so we have this other puny controller. I don't like this controller as much. All right, the game is loading. Press a button. Nothing's happening there. To play fourth encounter of the VIC-20, insert the game cartridge. Turn on the computer. Press F1. What are you talking about, bruh? To access the shell menu. This is, that sounds like a ChatGPT answer because there's no F1 on here. Unless we're doing the F and the 1 key together. VIC-20 power supply. Obviously, we don't need the 9 volt because things are working unless you're saying the 9 volt is for this, but I think we're okay. We're still only using 1 amp. There's no F keys. Spacebar. I like that. Space, enter, what else? Random keys on the keyboard. What about these keys? Oh, there's F keys right here. F1. F1! What? I'm sorry. I'm sorry I ever doubted you. I'm sorry. There's F keys right here. Oh my God. Okay, player 1. Player 1, go. Okay, here we go. How do we do this? Am I missing the bottom of the screen? Can't tell. It's so dim to me. What? Hold on, I can't tell. Am I right here? Let me see if I can adjust this projector a little higher here. Okay, here I am right here. And it's not doing anything. Oh, there we go. They got shooting, but I can't go back and forth. Okay, let me try the other controller again. Brilliant. It's like a Galaga. Yeah. Or Galagan. Galaxian. Galaxian. They keep exploding over and over again. It's like a explosion loop. Okay. Ah, this one's working. Brilliant. Oh no. F1. So play one player. Go. Yay. Oh, this thing works. This thing works. Whoa. All right, I wonder if we can get the other cartridges working now if we just clean them. Score! I saved another Commodore! All right, let me turn this one off. Let's try another game. Let's see if we can get something else working. Defenda. It's almost a very Defender-y type of game. Okay, let me... Joysticks are hot swappable, apparently. It has plug and pray. All right, so that VIC-20 cartridge worked. Now, the question is, can we get these other cartridges working? So this Cosmic Cruncher, I don't even know what that was. The Mole Attack, we couldn't get that one to work, but let me clean the connections first. They'll need a nice cleaning. So I'll just use some IPA. And then we'll see if we can get it in the load. Please stop plugging in the joystick. Oh, okay. Okay, well, thank you. So, apparently I'm not supposed to plug in the joystick when it's still powered on. Well, I won't do that anymore. But I did fix the issue. All right, machine is powered off. Mole Attack's going in. What do you think Mole Attack's going to be all about? Press F1 to start. Start game. It's just working. Okay, I don't know what we're doing here. Is this like a whack-a-mole? Looks like a whack-a-mole game. Oh, it is a whack-a-mole game. So I have like a little hammer. If I can find where I'm going here. Or are you supposed to press the keyboard? Oh, it is a keyboard game. It's a whack-a-mole keyboard game. Brilliant. What do you think of that? No joystick needed. It's a fun family game. You could just use the keyboard itself. All right, we got that one working. Oh my gosh. Use the keyboard. Okay. Well, that one was fun. Oh my God, it's amazing. Premise, what did you just send me? Did you just clip something?
This thing works. This thing works.
Premise just clipped me. Nice. Thank you. Okay, what next? I can't believe we got this working. It's like Christmas. Okay, speed math and bingo math. Cosmic Cruncher. Sounds pretty interesting. What's home babysitter? What is this? I can't believe it works. I'll never play another game again. Yeah, it'd be cool if I could find some keys for this. I have the keys, but if I can make the pins, but I think that there's some sort of, you might be able to order them or something, I don't know. Okay. Yeah, I have the keys for sure though. eBay, $29.95, vintage Commodore 64 VIC-20 power supplies. So I can get a power supply for 30 bucks. It's alive. But who needs a power supply when we're using our 5-volt power supply here? And it works just fine. It's brilliant. Okay. What game we got now? That didn't like it. So we have to pull it back out. Clean it again. Oh, we need to get the sound working. So is there a speaker in this thing? Or is the sound out of this and then we have to plug it into something? I don't see a speaker on here. Yeah, I don't see a speaker. So, yeah, to get sound out, we would need to take the sound out the back on the composite, I guess, and then connected. Need another RCA cable with a. I have an extra one. I mean, we cut that one. We have two sides, but I don't have audio in on this projector. There's only the composite in. I'll need a speaker. It's probably not amplified speaker. It needs to go to an amplifier of some sort. Let's think about that. But I thought a lot of these Commodore games didn't even have audio. Is that right? Because they were trying to save space? I guess there's a sound pen on the video port. Go back to that video port plug. Oh, I can't see these buttons. Yeah, so audio is pin 3. So, but we need to go through an amplifier to do that. Let's see. Let me think about that. How do we want to get audio? I have... I mean, I have a speaker, but it's not going to be amplified. So it needs to be... It needs to go through something that can amplify it. Beeps and chirps. Sounds from the TV, PC speakers. I mean, I can probably find like a little tiny speaker because I have stacks of laptops. I have laptop speakers, but portable RCA in. We have another one of these wires right here, RCA, but we don't have an RCA in. HDMI thing I ordered, yeah, that would do it. So I told my wife to not bring it up here because it's already 12:30. We're going to be finishing up the stream, so I'm not worried about like trying to rush off and get that set up. But if I solder to the other composite and then just hook the speaker to it, maybe we can do that. Maybe we'll hear something really low. Let me just grab a speaker real quick. Let's see. Let's get some speakers from a old laptop. I got stacks of laptops coming out of my ears. There we go. Okay. I don't even know what this goes to, but I just ripped it out of a laptop. I didn't even look what model it was. I didn't care. I was uncaring. So we'll snip this guy. Let's give it some space. Boom. All right. Time to shred it. Mic input on a laptop. Okay, that's a good point. So we could do a line in mic input. Well, let's see if we hear anything. I mean, if it's a fixed line out, then it's going to have a fixed volume that will be really low, but we might be able to hear something. Okay. And I'm just going to try to just hook this thing in here. It says unless they have 40 ohm speaker laying around. Yeah, 40 ohm. You can use an old 12-volt charger to take the transformer out and use to drop down the voltage. The IC chip is too small to amp this. I don't think it's going to be able to power it at all or make any sound, but let me just put a little bit of solder on the ends of these. We'll slip it in here. Fixed SID volume. Yeah, when you have that fixed volume coming out, you're not going to be able to really hear it. But sometimes you can hear something very, very low. So I'm just going to tin the ends of this and just try to shove it in the hole without doing the wire thing, because we're not trying to carry a clean signal. All right, so I'm going to have it off. And what pin out was it again? All right, so right now we're plugged into 2 and 4, and so number 3 is going to be pin 3. It's going to be on this side, so counterclockwise from that. Oh. Where did my speaker go? Ground is 3. Thank you for reminding me. So ground's 3, and then counterclockwise from that. So I'm going to pull out my ground. I'm going to stick that thing in there with it, and then put the ground back in. Okay, so both grounds in there, and then we're just going to shove this in number 4. Get in your home. This is your new home. This VIC-20 home. It's not thick enough. I'm gonna fold it. Okay. Are you home yet? Yes, there it is. All right, it's in its home. Nothing's going to happen, I'm sure, but it's going to be a project for another day, if anything. All right. Got it. Ready? Nothing. Okay, hold on. Is this a game we've already tried? What game is this? Is this the Whack-A-Mole? I can't remember what game we have plugged in here right now. No, this is a different game we plugged in, I think, that we haven't tried yet. Home Babysitter. Let's go back to a game we know works. Wouldn't mind this fourth encounters one, because that was pretty cool. It has 4 voices, really? Okay. Okay. Okay, here we go. Okay, let me stop. I have music playing, so let me pause that. All right. I didn't hear anything. Yeah, so we're going to have an amplifier for this. Would you like to play a game? Whoa. Ah, okay. Pins 2 and 4, not 2 and 3. Did I do it backwards? Okay. Let me double check. Check my math. Check my math, people. I thought it was counterclockwise here. So there's the pin. I thought it was this counterclockwise first pin is going to be the positive, and then the center pin is going to be ground. Looks right. Looks right. 2 is ground, 3 is VCC. Well, I know, but it's not circular ground. So like 2 may be ground, but the center pin is ground. Oh no, things are falling over. All right, so there you go. So you can see right here, 2 is ground, 3 is this audio. So I have it hooked here for audio for those 2, and then I have this is ground and this is positive. I mean audio. I mean a video out. And I'm taking it as the notch here, so I'm going counterclockwise 1. All right? Correct. So it's upside down from the picture, but we're going counterclockwise. We got the first pin is red to this audio. Then we have the center pin is going to be ground. That's correct. Yep. Probe with the oscilloscope to see if we have any audio. That could do something. Okay. And how much time do we have? Okay, we're at it's 12:40, so I'm going to be wrapping it up here in the next probably 10 minutes anyway. So we're just going to kind of play around with this fun little part. We actually got it working. We were able to get into the game, so I think we accomplished something today. I was going to give up, and you guys just said, keep on going. Keep on going, so I'm glad that I did. Let's get back over here. I think it should be the top right. I think I have it wired correctly personally, but all right, so I'm going to use this ground right here. And then I'm going to try to probe inside this hole. I'm going to take out the speaker. Are we getting anything? Come on. The game is on. Audio source is pin 3. Yes, it is. Okay, let's try again. Oh, there's something. That was actually like 5 volts or something? Was it a DC out? Let me calibrate it on my finger real quick. Hold on. So that's just like a DC out on that one. They're all kind of giving me that flat line. Need another diode. Yeah? Okay, let me shove a diode in that hole. Get in your home, diode. And maybe it's not playing audio on this this non-game screen either. I don't know. Okay. Remember, there's a 5 volt of the jack. Yeah, I do remember that. Okay. Okay. All right, so I have another diode that I'm just going to hook down in this hole. Get in there. Okay, that's connected. Now we'll connect to just the other side of that. So yeah, so I'm just getting a flat line there. Let me go into the game. Start the game. Oh, yeah, there's audio. Look at that. You see that? There's the audio. Oh. There's our audio. It's going with the game itself. Let me go over to the widescreen, but so you can see it actually show off with the game whenever it changes graphics. There you go. So we do have audio. I'll have to figure out some sort of audio source output. That'd be pretty cool. But if this HDMI adapter that just got delivered today works out, then we can actually play around with that and see if we can do some stuff. But both channels. Now we want both channels. No, I'm not going both channels. There's only one channel out, bro. It's only mono, because if we looked at the thing, we had a video high, video low, ground, positive, and then the audio. So, all right. So there we go. We did our VIC-20 challenge and got it working. And a lot of it was just like, how are we going to try to get it set up and working on some sort of modern day device? We even tried using a laptop with a capture card from the circa time, you know, or early 2000s at least. And we couldn't get that stuff working. But we were able to get the VIC working on a 5 volt power supply. We were able to set up a composite out just using the DIN pins in the back, and even found an audio signal using our oscilloscope. So I think it was a successful stream overall. Hopefully you guys were entertained by this, but I don't know what we're going to be doing on the next stream. Probably just fixing some laptops, because well, I feel a little bit out of my element working on things like this, but I like to at least, you know, kind of mess around, and I like to go in cold, like I said, like not knowing anything, but having everybody else kind of know more than me. I do enjoy that, and I know people enjoy me fumbling a little bit, right? You like that? So, but anyway, I'm going to call it a day. It's been a good, nice, almost 3 hour and 45 minute stream. And it's a Sunday, so I have plenty of stuff to do. Oh, I'm going to see Labyrinth tonight. It's the 40-year anniversary of Labyrinth, so I'm taking my kids. They actually put it in the movie theater again, so David Bowie for the win. So that's what I'll be doing tonight, and that's going to be pretty cool. Is Soren watching? Soren never watches any of my stuff that I'm aware of, but if he is, hello, Soren. Anyway, yeah, so if I find any more of these types of devices, I'll definitely do it. This one just happened to kind of pop up yesterday. I got a message from a friend, hey, you want this? And I said, sure. I've never messed with it, so I thought that was going to be kind of cool. But so I hope everyone enjoyed themselves. I hope you have a great rest of the day. I want to thank all my mods. I want to thank all the donations and thank all the questions and helpful answers and all the ideas. And I appreciate each and every single one of you. And thanks for watching. I saved another VIC-20!